authorization and all this. So no Kramer, sadly, today. We will talk plenty of college football without him, but it's always more fun with him. But we just have to soldier on and do the best we can. 9 o'clock, though, we will be joined by Kari Thompson. Is Kari back here? Do we know?
I have no clue where Kari is.
Kari was up at the...
I'm assuming he's still up there because aren't there still games going on?
I would have thought so.
Yeah,
but
I think he's still up there.
Let's. It seems like a colossal waste for him to drive all the way back down and then back up again. But if he did, then he'll be in studio. If not, then he'll be not in studio.
Okay.
So that's the plan with Kari. But we will talk about that. And congratulations to ECS who won yesterday.
Yeah. How about that? First
ECS
state championship since 05?
State championship. They beat CPA.
Good.
Your hatred of all other Nashville area schools is great.
I don't like any of them. Had a minor physical altercation with some dudes, CPA once.
What does that minor? What does that mean?
A lot of cursing, shoving, finger pointing.
Oh, so that doesn't really count.
That's why it was minor.
That's not even minor. Minor.
Okay.
I mean,
what is a minor physical altercation?
I don't know. You got to throw some punches or something.
That's major. Once we get the punches being thrown, that is major.
Punches hitting are major. Most time you just throw punches and no one hits anything, and then
everybody gets tired and walks away.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing really happens. Fighting is harder than people think.
Yes,
it seems easy enough when you see these YouTube videos or whatever. People putting their videos, and sometimes on the rare occasions when somebody connects properly, but most time people just flail around and get tired because it's very tiring to fight hard. And
we're not in shape in general.
No one is in fighting shape at all. Not even close. So I don't know if you ever watched Tough Man.
No.
Back in the day, they had the Tough Man were these like amateur fighters that thought they were and then they would get in the ring for I was thinking like 1 minute rounds. I think very very short in the scheme of things. I watched it one time over at the Agri Center at that arena over there.
Yeah,
that Tough Man like prelim or something. So I went over there to watch. It was hysterical. people fighting for like, probably 5 to 10 seconds of action, and then just exhausted completely. Just so, like throwing like neither person could even get any kind of movement, or it was brutal. That's
why kickboxing classes are such good workouts.
Forget about kicking. No one was kicking. Forget that. It's brutal. It's brutal. I'm just telling you, it's brutal. Yeah. So anyway, point being, that's why I ask about your altercations and all that stuff. Why are you fighting with everyone?
They bumped into me the wrong way playing basketball. I didn't like it. So,
man,
yeah,
you had a little chip on your shoulder.
I was, yeah. It's back then, especially. I was catching it from school and the home, so it was just like take it all out on these random people playing basketball. Let's do this
the healthy way.
Yes, very much so. Oh, speaking of at home, my dad was supposed to be here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
He was supposed to be here.
Yeah,
I was going to take my dad to work. He thinks this is really really cool. So I was like, okay, I'll inspire my father. You don't get a chance to inspire your father real often. He's not here, as you know, because clearly he's not anywhere around.
Correct.
He was going to come and run the St. Jude Marathon, excuse me. Didn't register, tried to register yesterday. The dumbassery, I just love it. I'm gobbling this up. Oh, my gosh. I'm on the phone with him like, okay, so what time is the race? I think it's at this time. Like, you should probably figure out, do you know where it is? No, Dad, I'm not the one running it. But it's in Memphis. Yeah, but I'm not running it. What's the hill situation? Yeah. I don't know. Memphis is pretty flat. I'm not running it. Do you not know what's going on here? No, let me hop online right now and see what time it is so I can go ahead and do that, get the location, and then register. Register? You hadn't done that yet? No. It'll be fine. I'm going to do it right now. It's like, oh, this is going to be good. Give it to me, old man.
Just gonna wait.
Give it to me, old man. Yep. I love it. All those times, many, many years ago, he fussed at me and yelled at me and talked bad about me about my procrastination. And here he is just embodying the whole thing. It's like, why can't I register? Don't you know people? Yeah, I know people. Can you get me registered? No, I can't. It is 2 days before this damn race, old man. I got nothing for you. You may as well register for next year. But I ran 76 miles last month. Well, guess what? You probably need to keep running them miles to be ready for next year. And between
76 times 12.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Between him and my granny deciding.
You'll be in great shape next year.
Very good. Between him and not registering for the St. Jude Marathon until 2 days before the race, and my granny deciding, hey, you know what? What's a good idea? Let's just stop taking all the pills I'm supposed to take. Now she's in the hospital. It's a special moment for me right now. This is great. And I'm gobbling all of this up.
Were you on the phone when he found out?
Yes.
Yes. That must have been fun.
I had to hold in my laughter. Like, no, that's not how this works.
He's like, what? What? You can't register? What?
It's
too late? What?
Here's the thing. He knew he wanted to run the St. Jude Marathon. He had been talking about this since June. June, he was talking about this. Have you registered yet? No, not yet. I'm going to register. Blah, blah, blah. Have you registered yet? No, not yet. It's only September. I'm registered. Have you registered yet? No, I'll be straight, though. It's October. I'll be fine. The 2 days before, he's like, yep, let's register.
I mean, I've been there. I do that all the time. So,
yes.
You're talking to a guy who did, an entire, we were supposed to do one, I think it was, 3 to 5 page thing per week for an entire semester of, this would have been his second year history. I forget which history. It was one of
college.
College. It was one of my history classes, but I forget which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we were supposed to do at least some kind of it was billed as a journal, but it was 3 to 5. It was quite long, and I did it like the night before. Like it was probably I don't know. That would have been 70 or 80 pages of stuff. Yeah, just crank that out. Just go ahead and. Which really underestimated how long that would take.
Yeah.
That was 12 straight hours of writing, I think. Some of that I was delirious at the end. And I don't know that any of that made sense, but there you go. So, yes, I sympathize.
I mean, listen, many a time summer reading was due, and I waited till 3 or 4 nights before to try and crank this thing out. And would just read the first and last sentence of the chapters. Just like, okay, I got this chapter down. Let's write a book. Let's write an essay about it.
Nailed it.
And I got yelled at by him for doing it.
Well, it's funny how things work, isn't it?
That's great.
We're here at the Family Leisure Studios. You can see family is so important. Family, it's where family and fun come together. Like when your dad doesn't register for the St. Jude Marathon in time, and you get to experience all that Schadenfreude. It's wonderful.
So good. I'm
fantastic.
Eating it all up.
That's what it's all about. We're going to be over at Family Leisure on Thursday, this coming Thursday, the 12th, for the. It's hard to even imagine that we've been doing our Toys for Tots radiothon since 2009, but we have been for another year. We're going to be over there raising money, collecting toys. Please come see us over at the Family Leisure Studios at Family Leisure this time at 2120 Whitten Road. We're all going to be over there all day long. We'll start 7 o'clock, obviously, and then all the way through. Willow and Stats at 6. So please come by, say hello to each of us. Also, today, you can get in touch with us at 67129 on the First Bank text line. I got to start saying this, Zach, because I've had you say it so much that now I'm trying to wonder if I've forgotten how to say it. 67129 on the First Bank text line. And then the phone number is, let me think. Double check. All right. You think I got this?
I believe in you.
Okay. 901-360 8255? Question mark? Yes. 901-360-8255. That is, it also does spell talk, in case you're curious. And I should point out, for those of you that want to text us, we love getting your texts. We have lots of people that text on a regular basis. We appreciate all of our longtime and continual texters in the house. Appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Text TFL, text for life. But,
Right. That would be F.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So TFL, appreciate y'all. But if you want to become a TFL, if you want to become one of our premium texters.
Oh, we got premium texters. All right, in the house.
Yeah. Then you can, all you got to do is text 56JOIN to 67129. 56JOIN to 67129. Do it one time. That's it. One time. And then you are good to go. And once you're locked in, then your number's locked in. You don't have to do it again. You're set. And then you can text us anytime you like. But you do have to do that first. If you've never texted us before, you do have to do that first. That is one thing that has to be done in order for us to get your text. If you do not do that, we very likely will not get your text. That would be sad. I would like to hear from what you're, I want to hear what you're all about. I want to hear what's going on with you. So you can get in touch with us like that. You can also do social media, Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You can message us. We are at Sports56 WHBQ. What a great night last night. How much fun is it just to watch the Cowboys get humiliated on national TV? It's just beautiful. Oh, it's the greatest.
Again.
It's wonderful.
Score a touchdown. Like, okay, here we go. Let's see how this pops off. Last time they scored first, they gave up 24 points. Straight 24 or 26 straight points, excuse me. They got this thing figured out now. It's the Bears. It's Mr. Trubisky. Surely they won't rattle off any points. Nope. Oh, okay. 24 straight after that touchdown. Good God.
That's, it's what they do. It's kind of becoming a thing. It's kind of becoming a thing for them. And it's just amazing to watch them just sort of fall apart. And then to have the Jerry Jones comments like after the game. And it's becoming just a constant thing now where Jerry just jumps in here and it's talking. And it's and Jason Garrett looks.
He always looks so bewildered. No matter what is going on,
shocked.
He looks overwhelmed on the sideline.
Bewildered, and he looks like
the clapping.
Just kind of a doof. Like
the clapping.
It's just it's just wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful. All this talent that the Cowboys have had. Nothing,
and they may mess around and let Washington win this division.
That is extremely
They're still in it,
unlikely
Peter.
to happen.
They're still in it, baby.
They are extremely that is exceptionally unlikely to happen. However, the fact that they are even in with it, but there's a possibility that could happen should be just beyond sad for the Cowboys and for everyone involved. I want to hear, Zach, can you hit me up over here because I want to hear from. We got to hear from Jerry Jones. I have no idea what he even says here. I just want to hear.
I hope it's something about the intelligent man.
I just want to hear from Jerry Jones. I just know this is a clip. I just pulled it up, and I just want to hear from Jerry Jones, and that's it. So, Jerry, after the game, with his classic Jerry scrum. How many owners do a scrum after every game?
More ridiculous scrum. The Jerry Jones scrum or the Drake scrum?
Oh, no, the Drake scrum is infinitely more ridiculous, but at least it wasn't every day. Or every game. You had the one scrum, which is, silly, but, it's a special moment for him in the city and all that stuff. So I get it. Like, if Memphis won a championship, if the Grizzlies win a title and, Timberlake is in the house, there's going to be a scrum. Should there be a scrum? That's not really part of it. But there would definitely would be a scrum. So I get that. Jerry Jones just every week, just... It's bizarre, but anyway, here. Let's just hear from Jerry. Let's just hear from Jerry, which is great.
About the marathon, this is going to be the shortest marathon y'all have ever heard. Chicago took it to us. We won't be going anywhere until we win a football game. They played us well enough tonight to deserve to win the football game. We did all of the things that you can do that cause you to lose football games in the game. That's
we did all the things you had to do to lose a football game. In the game we lost a football. Too many football mistakes in a football game. You make football mistakes in a football game, it's going to cost you football games. And we lost the football game.
Hey, Jerry, what sport are y'all playing?
Football.
Is it a game?
Football game.
Oh, okay.
We play games. Football games. But I'm serious. Serious heart attack. Football game. It's a game, but it's not a game.
Are y'all gonna go anywhere?
Why do football people just say football so much? Like we forget what sport it is? And other sports aren't like, this is the baseball. This guy's a baseball pitcher. He throws, and then people win the baseball game because they hit a baseball home run. Like, what? We know you're talking about baseball.
Yes.
Football people are just, it's a football player. He's a football player making football players. So that football.
Making football plays. Football players make football plays.
Football plays or football players. What? I mean, he said football 10 times.
Yes.
Until we can get over here and we'll line up against the Rams until we can win a football game. I don't care what kind of contention we're in. We've got to start playing and winning a football game so that we can be able to play better than we played tonight. We thought we would be able to basically play better defense against what they were doing. To their credit, they really were very effective against our defense, obviously. I'm not telling you anything anybody didn't know. So that's the way we look at it. We'll line them up here next week. We're going to go practice, and we're going to try to win a football game.
That's every time. We're going to try to win a football game. Every game. Football game. Football players win football games.
What type of plays do they have to make to win
Football
the
plays. Football players make football plays with a football in their hand.
With a football IQ.
And a football IQ. And they kick the football with their football feet. Sometimes. The punters and the kickers. And sometimes the quarterback. But he shouldn't do that.
What type of balls do y'all use?
Footballs.
Oh. Not football balls?
Football balls.
Oh, okay.
Footballs.
Oh.
We play football with footballs.
Everybody that's in here that's healthy, and everybody that's healthy that's coaching will be coaching.
Everybody that's healthy and will be coaching. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I didn't know they had some coaches questionable.
Got a couple coaches who are nursing an ankle.
Kellen Moore out there doubtful for next week.
Football ankle. Kellen Moore's got a football.
Or nursing a brain fart. I'm just saying, man. It's bad. It's just bad. Zach, I love you.
Nobody goes on the injury report for a brain fart, Zach.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised. That would surprise me. That would definitely surprise me. Okay. All right. Football. Football players. We got to get more football players in here. Football players.
Everybody that's in here that will be playing, and we just got to play better.
Jerry, does it feel like
That's
this is
it.
going backwards at all?
Well, it's not. It's leveled out here. It's losing.
Great comment. It's leveled out, actually. It's just losing.
We're not going backwards. We're just losing.
We're not going backwards. We just hit the wall. Now we're just staying rock bottom. Can't go any further down. It's actually leveled out a little bit. We just stayed terrible. We were getting terrible. Now we're just staying terrible. That's great.
So I'm not trying to be funny here, but
Too late. Too late, Jerry. Too late, buddy. Oh, Jerry's the best. He's the best. He is, and the Cowboys, the entire NFC East right now, combined 15-33 record.
Oh, that is not good.
The entire 15-33 for everybody.
Somebody's got to be over 500.
No.
Oh, okay.
They do not.
Okay.
You would have thought that sort of would have happened naturally as a result of just football players making football plays. In fact, that is not the case. Sometimes you can have divisions, entire divisions where no one is over 500 and where everybody sucks. And that is the case with the NFC East, where the Cowboys are 6-7 now. The Eagles are 5-7. The Redskins are 3-9, but have won 2 straight inexplicably. And the Giants are 2-10. Everybody's terrible.
Washington's next 4: Packers, Cowboys, Giants. They end with the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. So they go Packers, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Washington. They're going to win this thing. I got faith in them.
Would be one of the most insane stories ever. It would be an absolute indictment on anybody associated with any of these other teams.
Everybody got to go.
Everyone should be fired from every position. Anybody that has any position, I'm talking about people like just regular like business people. I'm talking about anybody that's associated with any of all of them, everyone. Fire thousands of people should be fired if that happens. Thousands. Everyone. If Washington wins, if Washington is a playoff team this year, everyone should be fired from each of these teams. Everybody that takes any kind of a paycheck from them, because that's just that's beyond imagination. A team that bad could even conceive of being a playoff team is pitiful. The fact that they are not mathematically eliminated right now is a stain on the whole thing. But they're actually playing better than. I mean, the other three teams in the division have combined now to lose 14 straight games. Cowboys have lost 3 straight. The Eagles have lost 3 straight. The Giants have lost 8 straight. So the Redskins have won 2 straight somehow after losing so many more. I think they had lost 6 to that point in a row. So it's absurd.
Text line is great.
A lot of people are confused as we are. Jerry, I'm as confused as you are, Texter. I have no idea. I don't know what you're playing football out here, guys. Come on. Got some coaches out here that are week to week with some got a spine injury. One guy stubbed his toe. Got a toe stub. He's out. Didn't turn on the light in the film room and just bam, hit a toe. Got one guy, got his head clogged right up his butt. He's out for a week. Headbutt. Got that going for him. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, continue here, talking with Jerry Jones here on the show. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Bria's fashion boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
This is the time of year when people come in from out of town and you want to impress them, and there's simply no better way to impress out-of-towners than 117 Prime in the heart of beautiful downtown Memphis. If your family or friends are visiting Memphis for the first time or for the first time in a long time, take them to the finest dining destination in downtown Memphis, 117 Prime. They'll be amazed by the best steaks in town and the best atmosphere anywhere in the city. 117 Prime is built to impress your visitors. 117 Prime is simply built to impress.
Live from State Farm, we have Sharon Flaversham, IT Manager, attempting the 47th of our 100 Acts of Good. Today's good deed, she will attempt to escort a little old lady across the road. Hands held, elbows interlocked. Steady. Such courage. And they're across.
It's on the board!
Bravo, Sharon, and bravo to all State Farm employees, challenging themselves to get on the board with 100 Acts of Good.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
How would you like a chance to win house payments for a year? Go to Sports 56 WHBQ and enter to win in our Home for the Holidays contest. You could win mortgage or rent payments for a full year. That's right, get your home paid for an entire year. It's free to enter, so go to sports56whbq.com today. Enter now because it ends December 20th. It's the ultimate home court advantage. Home for the Holidays from Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1. It Chapter 2, Pennywise is back. Tune in to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3, for a chance to win It Chapter 2. The Losers Club reunites after 3 decades to face their deepest fears again in It Chapter 2 and destroy Pennywise once and for all. It Chapter 2. Win the digital movie now with Johnny Radio on Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour of The Experience is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
That's why I wrote this song. I'm so dysfunctional. I'm so dysfunctional.
Can we get like a funky Christmas?
You missed it last week. Let's give it to him. Funky Christmas song, Zach. Can you do that?
Did you do Funky Christmas last week?
Yeah, for Funk Friday. We keep it going. Christmas is all month, apparently.
I had to make it up to CJ last week.
I mean, Christmas is ongoing.
Yeah.
I listened to a ton of Christmas music yesterday and day before.
All the music I listen to now. This month is devoted solely to Christmas music.
That's right.
Luther Vandross is, his Christmas album is something special if you haven't heard it.
Every year, every Christmas, man.
Mistletoe Jam.
I know. Phenomenal, right?
Got under that mistletoe, ended up with twins. That's the type of mistletoe I'm trying to get into. Yes.
Well, so many things swirling through my head at this point. Be very careful about what I say. Texter says the Cowboys may be struggling because Dak has to throw a brown football.
Well, with his brown skin,
correct.
The receiver
Maybe
can't see the brown football until it gets
issue.
released, and then it's too late for them. Their eyes can't adjust.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you got to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball, maybe it's different. The lights maybe make it even that much harder at night, possibly. So it's so hard to say. I mean, the various shades of the quarterbacks out there. I mean, Trubisky's just,
That's why he played really well and has been playing really well this season.
Uber vanilla. That makes it so easy. The ball just stands right out.
Yeah.
Is this why everyone thought that black quarterbacks are just like running quarterbacks because it's easier for them to hide the ball?
Yes.
Running wise,
yes.
as opposed to throwing quarterback because of that's what it was. Yes. It wasn't the innate racism.
No.
At all.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because we are done with racism,
yes,
Peter. As a black man, I feel comfortable saying we're in a post-racial
As a white
society.
man, I feel comfortable with that as well.
Yes.
As a white man, apparently we feel very comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
With that
very much so.
Speaking for a lot of us out there. We seem to have no trouble with that designation at all. So that's part of it. Great point, Texter. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Mm-hmm.
Got to always think about that now.
Yes.
With the innovations that we've seen in commentary, vis-a-vis Lamar Jackson, it's very important for us to remember shades of which is why I think, very excited to see what happens in basketball because I think a lot of maybe, we could do some innovations there, maybe different color ball perhaps. Or, there's different maybe some makeup.
Yes.
Thought about doing some makeup to make
you got to darken some of these people up. Let's just put a little brown polish on a Tom Brady so that when he does the play fake.
Like a Justin Trudeau style?
Yeah, get it just Trudeau style. Yes, very much so. I don't think there is anything in the rules that say you can't put on blackface in the NFL. I'm pretty sure that's not in the rules anywhere. So, I
definitely don't think it's in the rule book.
Darken up some of these quarterbacks. Yeah. Some of these quarterbacks make that play action more effective.
It'd be a hell of a distraction. I'll say that. I know the defenders would be like, I mean, what is that? What the? Yeah. So, maybe some other rule books where it's not allowed. So, last night, hilarious to watch. Just great.
Even better to hear Jerry talk about it.
I love hearing Jerry talk about it. Always love hearing from Jerry. It's just great to hear from. Great to hear from Jerry throughout. And as we know, Cowboys are venturing closer and closer to the top of the draft, but they got a long way to go to beat out the rest of the teams in their division, and then the rest of these really bad teams. A lot of them were looking at old Tua Tagovailoa. But Tua talked to Michael Casagrande of AL.com earlier yesterday after his surgery. He says, I don't think I'd be the same again because there's metal in here, Good point. He says, I lose some rotation inward, so I won't be able to twist as much inward and whatnot. Love that.
Whatnot?
I lose some rotation inward, so I won't be able to twist as much inward and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. I wouldn't need that as much. When you're running, you're almost always opening up your hip. For the doctors say they expect a full recovery, and I'll be able to go out there and play football again at 100%. It's just I won't be able to rotate it internally the same way. I found that if you rotate it internally, it can be it's an important part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously there's
not a lot of people can rotate internally. You definitely have an advantage if you can get a good internal rotation.
A lot of people can't twist as much inward and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whatnot.
Okay.
The whatnot is key there.
Yes.
So just FYI, internal rotation is is key. You gotta think about that.
We're running out of space.
Well, that's part of rotating internally, CJ. That's part of why you have to do it.
Very true.
Gotta think about that. Anyway, do you think this is an issue? Do you think Tua with our? I mean, I'm certainly no doctor.
I flunked out of pharmacy
You
school,
flunked out of
Peter.
pharmacy
I got
school,
this.
as you made very clear to all of us. But that doesn't mean you didn't catch a great deal of discussion about hip surgery. I'm sure that was a big part of
yes, very much so.
Stuff.
I had AMP twice. AMP 1, AMP 2. So I took anatomy. I know about internal rotations of the hip.
And physiology?
And I took physiology. Yes.
Is that
the physiology of the
Is that the P? Is that the A and the P?
No.
What's the P?
Powerful.
Anatomy and powerful?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Just every ripped, just
very strong.
Tight.
Very, very strong. Yes.
Strong men and women were the only.
Yes.
Okay.
The fetal pigs that we had to dissect, yes, they were the strongest. They had 6-pack abs. The bovine eyeball, biceps for days. Like, strong.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Do you think this is? Would you, if you're at the top of the draft, would you hesitate?
Very much so. Very, very, very much so. Because you hear him saying things like, "I'm not going to be the same." Okay, well, what does that look like? I don't know what Tua in this new state that he's in is going to look like. So I would, at the top, I would definitely stay away. And it is like this injury. That's why this injury was so sad. Like, this isn't just a like ankle sprain or something snapping or ACL, MCL. We've seen what that looks like when people come back. And if I recall correctly, the only other person we saw with this, or one of the more prominent people we saw with this, was Bo Jackson. And Bo was not the same.
No.
Afterwards.
Well, no, it forced him to retire.
Yeah,
but it was. But the surgical procedure,
as
I understand it, is quite a bit different.
Yeah, but still, like, if that,
I've not had A&P, so I don't know.
If that is what we can use as a reference, I know times are different and the surgery is better. He is going to be a change player. I will need to see what that change player looks like in order for me to feel comfortable taking him.
It's just something to think about.
I mean, you see Dak going through warm-ups with the hip rotations. You see how important that is.
No one
rotates the hips like
him. No one gets funky in the pregame like Dak. I mean, Dak is getting it.
But seriously, it is like important to be able to whip that thing and point your junk to it, as the homie Leach would say.
That's right.
Like, if you can't do that, then there's an issue.
Well, the issue, but to me, the issue almost as big, or maybe bigger, is the confidence. Like, if you don't believe, if you think there's something wrong and you're not fully mentally, you don't have the same level of belief in your body, that you're worried that when you plant, something's going to not be right, or when you're trying to make a throw, you don't feel like you can clear your hip the way that you used to be able to. That stuff mentally can be as much of a problem as anything else.
Yeah.
So the physical stuff can, manifest itself in different sorts of ways, like that one, and that can be a real problem for you. So I don't know. I would just, Dak is, Tua is such a talented quarterback. He accuracy is tremendous. All of that is footwork, or everything's. But this is a concern. This is a concern. It's such a shame that it's happened like this, and that you have to start bringing this stuff up. But you do. It certainly won't cost him. He'll be a high pick. It's just a matter of, if you're picking him versus, like Joe Burrow, all of a sudden, like, it's just a different discussion now, because health is a major component of all of these sorts of discussions. We'll talk a little college coming up here. We'll talk the AAC championship game, where things stand ticket-wise, what that matchup should look like. It should look exactly like it looked last week. I'll tell you that. They might have slightly different uniforms, but otherwise, it'll look very similar in terms of the personnel. But things have changed. We'll talk about that. I think I got an update from my friend's friend down in Tallahassee.
All right.
About Mike Norvell. So we'll get into that a little bit.
Coach Norvell was on with Middays yesterday.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. I heard him.
I did too.
Boy, aren't you cool?
Yeah.
Anyone could, any of our listeners could hear it. Not right now. Listen to our show, but at a different time. You can go to the app and download the app onto your device, and then you can get the podcast and stream it all day long. So you want to stream that interview, you can stream it. You can go to sports56whpq.com, stream it there. While you're on sports56whpq.com, go ahead and sign up for the Home for the Holidays event that's happening all throughout. You can win your house payments taken care of for a year. Mortgage, rent, whatever it is, you can get it taken care of for a year. Think about how much that would put in your pocket. Think about how much you'd love that situation. Well, it can be a reality for you. Go to sports56whpq.com, sign up for the Home for the Holidays event. That would be fantastic. It's rainy, it's ugly, but we're doing the best to make this the best Friday that you can have here on The Experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Bria's Fashion Boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Get to Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and take an extra 25% off. Take an extra 25% off family jammies and family outerwear, already 40 to 50% off. And take an extra 15% off Melissa and Doug toys. Plus, get Kohl's Cash. Plus, shop our daily deal reveal every day. You'll find new gifts at every turn this holiday at Kohl's. Select styles, 25% offer valid December 5th through 9th with promo code MyFamily25. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. If you need a roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and we will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. We have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for many years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies' new look, the Redbirds, the 901 FC, and the Tigers football and basketball teams, it's going to be a fun year. Thank you to Coach Norvell, Coach Hardaway, and their staffs for your dedication to your student athletes, the University of Memphis, and to fans like me who have waited forever to have both the football and basketball teams ranked at the same time. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
The Season of Performance event is going on now at Acura of Memphis. Choose from a large selection of Acura of Memphis's entire lineup. The Acura TLX with premium tech and exceptional performance. Or drive the 3-row, 7-passenger SUV, the Acura MDX. Or Acura of Memphis' top-selling luxury crossover, the Acura RDX. Stop in and take advantage of special year-end pricing as well as incredible lease and financing options. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Fill every stocking you find.
I mean, this is
the kids are gonna love
gold
you
standard.
Leave a toy for Johnny.
Leave a toy for Johnny. Come on, get married too. Come on, go straight to the ghetto.
Go straight there. Go there first.
Go straight there.
Go straight there.
Don't pass go.
No.
Come on.
Just hit over there and get those kids' toys.
Exactly right. Our friend Evan Barnes is going to join us at the bottom of the hour to talk a little more Tigers situation, Mike Norvell, and all of that. But the game, and we'll talk to him about the game itself. The game itself is going to go on tomorrow afternoon, and ticket sales. Again, I think the perception of this is going to be one thing, and the reality is going to be different. We've seen plenty of championship games in different sites, neutral sites. ACC is king of this, where it's like it looks like 10 people are there, even though they're two good teams. They've worked very hard, and I think they have sold more tickets than they did last week for the same game. But any way you slice it, as much as is on the line, as big of a game as this is, it is still hard to get people to come out to watch the exact same game.
Yes,
2 weeks in a row, and pay extra for that privilege to do so. That's tricky. That's tricky. I don't care who you are, but and obviously it would be less tricky if the goal or if the possibility of actually making the CFP the playoff itself that would change things a little bit. But still, this is the most consequential game. I would say it's the most consequential game in Tiger football history.
Yes, and it is crazy. But it seems like we're saying that at least once every season, sometimes twice, because that is where this program was, and now it's someplace completely different. So, yes, at the time, that SMU game was the most consequential game in program history because all eyes were on Memphis for that day. You had game day coming in. You had a ranked SMU team. You had a ranked Memphis team. You don't get that very often in the city. So we thought, hell, it's happening back-to-back weeks now with Cincinnati and this American Athletic Conference Championship game. So you're right. And this right here for a chance to win their first outright American title and go to the Cotton Bowl, because if you lose this, you're out. You're out. It's either Cincinnati or Boise, assuming Boise State wins. You have to win this to get to the Cotton Bowl, and that is huge. And so you win this game, and then guess what? Right after you win this game, the Cotton Bowl will then become the most consequential game in program history because you'll be taking on a really good school from the Power Five, and you will get a chance to show on the field why you think you belong in one of those conferences. It's huge.
Well, and this is the thing. Because of what's on the line, as you point out. I mean, this is what's – because I think this game is more consequential than the Cotton Bowl itself.
Oh.
No matter what happens, if you get there, I think getting there is the big thing.
Okay.
Because the Tigers have not won an outright conference championship in 50 years. This would win you an outright conference championship. Okay.
The one Fuente one was shared. It was a coach
championship. That's right.
Yeah.
You haven't won one outright in a generation plus. That's a long time. On top of that, the fact that you would be winning it in your building is very unusual. Not a lot of teams, get that opportunity because the nature of these conference championship games, typically they're in neutral sites, so you have a chance to do it on your home field, which is kind of fun. The Norvell situation complicates it even more. The fact that it very likely is his final game as the coach, but to me, it's more about getting and validating the run that you've been on with the appearance in the biggest spot that you've been on. And barring an absolute disaster in that game where you just get run out of the building, which I don't think would happen, win or lose, I think that you've arrived as one of the teams like UCF was, like Boise has been, one of the teams that is just consistently thought of as, well, you know, they're not Power 5, but man, they're good and they're really tough and they're going to be a tough team and they're always there. It's validation in that way for all that you've done. So, you know, I think it's a big game. I think they'd rather win it. I think it's certainly the biggest bowl game that they would have been part of ever. But
bigger than Liberty Bowl here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. By the Cotton Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, with respect to my friends at the Liberty Bowl, to play like in Alabama, potentially, in the Cotton Bowl, and to be one of the most lucrative bowls, one of the most historic bowls, you know, I mean, it's been a long time. Tigers have had, you know, have been here and there. But, I mean, you're talking about the bowl history for the Tigers. The recent history is quite rich, but, you know, it took a while. There was quite a drought. So, no, to me, this is without a doubt from a bowl standpoint because of just the nature of college football and what it means to get there. Woo! But I still think this is the biggest game, period. I mean, you're talking about prior to what? So they've gone to the bowls have become commonplace for the Tigers, but they weren't for a while. They went to the Pasadena Bowl in 1971, and then it was 30 years.
Yeah,
it's a big deal, man. It would be huge. Think about that. So I don't know. It's just a major game, and it's been overshadowed to some extent by the Norvell stuff, understandably so. But it's enormous, man, and I think this is the most consequential game in the history of the program, and I hope they can keep doing what they're doing and take this disrespect this week from the AAC and everything else and shove it down everybody's collective throats. Football plays.
Yeah, they got to be made by football players. Toting that football.
That's it. So hopefully they'll. I just think it's so consequential, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. And when you think about the jumping to a Power 5 conference, you know, I just pulled up Utah and Louisville and their football programs going back to about 10 years before they got the invite to one of the bigger conferences. Here's their records. 10 wins. This is Utah. 10 wins, 12 wins, 7 wins, 8, 9, 13, 10, 10. Pac-12 invite. You know, you can say that, you know, we got this basketball program. It's great. It's glorious. And it is. But if football is not performing and not drawing in fans, you're not going to get that invite. Before Louisville got the invite to the Big East, 7 wins, 9, 11, 7, 9, 11, Big East invite. And with those wins came more people coming to those games, higher attendance. People know, like the college football powers that be, know that Memphis is trying to pack a Liberty Bowl stadium with only Memphis fans. They understand that. They know that. But when you've got over 30,000 tickets already sold for this, when you've got the potential to take it up to 35, maybe even 40,000 fans, people in the Big 12, ACC, they'll look up and say, oh, they can pack this thing out. They just need a little bit of help. They are viable for us now. They're one of those teams who can come in and add money to this pot and make everybody around them more money. Like, this is huge from that standpoint as well.
Huge. Texter says, in 2017, everything was on the line for the Tigers as well against UCF. That's true, i.e. getting to the Peach Bowl against Auburn. However, this one is at home. It also feels like we've been the most consistent team the past 6 years in the AAC and deserve it more. Houston came out of nowhere with Herman, etc. Yeah, and I think that's a good point. You know, that 2 years ago it was, and that game was epic, and it was all on the table. The difference to me is that, obviously, number one, you didn't get that one done. So you still need to climb that mountain. Number two is, because of the nature of Norvell's situation, it is in all likelihood the last time he's going to be the coach. It feels like maybe this is the last time. You don't know. I mean, you never know. You wouldn't have guessed that Norvell could have kept it rolling. You wouldn't have guessed that Fuente would have been able to do what he did. So there's no guarantee. As much as you try to take care of all eventualities, there's no guarantee that whoever you get to replace this guy is going to be able to be anywhere close to as good. You hope, fingers crossed and all that, but so this feels like I mean, it's all sitting right there for you. That's why it feels really consequential, like really, really big. So we'll see what happens. We'll find out. Let's take that break. We'll come back. Hour number 2 is on the way as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
It's that time of year. Come join us at Family Leisure, 2120 Winton Road, Thursday, December 12th, all day, 7 to 6. We're raising money and, most importantly, bringing toys for Mid-South Toys for Tots. Help the boys and girls of the Mid-South have a happy holiday. You can do it. Bring those new unwrapped toys, checks, cash. Family Leisure, 2120 Winton Road, Thursday, December 12th, 7 to 6. Sponsored by Envy Nail Bar, Gateway Tire, David C. Nanny CPA in Hempville, South Haven, and Oxford.
Hey, it's Flo with a super weird word, nightgown. If you ask me, it sounds less like clothes you wear to bed and more like things you say to your clothes. Goodnight capri pants, sleep tight sweaters, nightgown. We've got a big day tomorrow. Now a weird word I just made up, flotection. It sounds like great protection for your new home through me and Progressive, and that's because it is. I said goodnight capri pants, go to sleep.
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 1616 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 1616. Enjoy.
Country music star Scotty McCreery will be at this year's AutoZone Liberty Bowl, and you want to be there too. This is it. This is now. The American Idol winner will perform at the President's Gala on December 30th at the Peabody and at halftime of the AutoZone Liberty Bowl game on December 31st. Get your tickets today by calling 795-7700. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour of the experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Used to be the month.
Yep.
Ow.
Everybody now. Yes, it was. Come on now. Football game. Football game. Let's go. Jerry Jones remix. Jerry gonna remix some of these songs.
Yes. We got to put Jerry, one of those Jerry press conferences under a trap beat and just let it go.
Football. Losing. That's Jerry. That's our guy. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the program is here live from the Family Leisure Studios. I am Peter. He is CJ. It is Rack City Zach. You want to re-rack? You want another shot at it for the second hour? All the people that listen in on the first hour, but we have lots of new listeners. Maybe they didn't hear your intro this morning.
No, it's just one.
Is it one time? One shot?
That's smooth right there.
Okay.
You better tune in the morning.
You better get there about 7:04, 7:05. But that's about when he's getting in there with that music.
Yeah.
And his topical comment.
Very topical.
He's got it every morning. Zach, you're doing it. You were doing it. They said it couldn't be done, but you were doing it.
I'm just excited for the weekend, man.
Oh, there it is again. You didn't throw the fellas in, but other than that, I like that fellas. So we were talking, obviously this is a great hour. It's brought to you by our friends at East Memphis Ace Hardware. Jared and Philip Carter, check them out. And there's a lot of football. I know Jared and Philip are big football guys, so they'll be excited about all the football we're going to be talking because it's football time, football. I'm taking a little page out of Jerry Jones here. Football. I'm talking football. Football players make football plays with football.
Football. Nothing but football.
The most burful sport in the world.
Oh, yes.
Jerry, do another scrum.
Okay.
Football. Time to win.
Mm-hmm.
Except when we don't, which we never do because we're terrible.
Jerry, what do you think about the coaches?
None of them are educated men.
Oh, okay.
That's for sure.
All right.
And a lot of them are going to be healthy. Some of them aren't, apparently. Apparently had a couple guys stub something.
Kellen Moore, is he going to be healthy enough to coach? Saw you listed him as doubtful.
Who's that now?
Kellen Moore.
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know these guys.
Oh, okay, Jerry.
I like to show up at the game and I bitch about everything. And then I'll leave. That's what I do.
Oh, all right.
We got Coach Arkansas yet?
Not to my knowledge.
How much money am I putting in that program? Come on.
You're putting a lot of money
Kellen
into
Moore.
it.
Is that guy going to be coached? Jason Garrett?
Jerry's just like, Jason, it's not working.
We're gonna.
You got to go to Arkansas. You've been assigned, man.
Yeah, we're gonna assign you to that. It's like a G League assignment.
The way you're imitating Jerry Jones, it kind of reminds me of Ed Orgeron a little bit.
They're the raspy
raspy of it.
But Coach O is much more manic and Cajun and crazy. So much more.
So funny thing, I just stumbled on an Ed Orgeron Hummer ad.
Oh, the Hummer ad.
What do you mean? You just
this ad has been around.
You just stumbled
forever.
across this?
I did not. I was not looking for it.
How are you finding this ad by not looking for it, Zach?
And how are you only now finding it? It was at the time it came out. But
when it came out, Zach was like 13, 14?
Zach was a fetus at that point.
No.
But nonetheless.
Soy toy coming through.
The fetal soy toy.
I wasn't aware that this ad existed. Like I wasn't into college football.
It's an amazing. Yeah, the Rogers Dabs. Tell them
that's the name of the
Mississippi. They are here.
But the
my man JoJo.
But the amount of times he says Hummer in this thing, it sounds so close to saying like
first
football.
class. Come on, let's go.
It sounds,
Roger Dad, the first class. Let's go. I basically have.
You just Cajun it up. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the same voice, the same raps, the same pitch. Just have to make one more Cajun.
It's like when you make chicken, you throw a little Cajun seasoning in there, and that's becomes Cajun chicken.
It's a different type of chicken.
Different type of chicken. That's all. That's all you have to do.
You take Jerry Jones, throw some Cajun in him, give him a couple of Red Bulls. That's Ed Orgeron.
Well, it's Jerry's got a lot to be worried about with his Cowboys and frankly with his Razorbacks. The Arkansas tour continues of getting other coaches more money
paid,
which is always fun. I like this time of year because this time of year, if you play your cards right, you can help to get coaches, get them a new deal. It's nice.
Charity work.
It's what it's all about. So yesterday, the Washington State extended Mike Leach for a year.
Okay,
just to make sure, just to keep things rolling up there in Pullman. Not that his year was that spectacular, but hey, they like him and they want to keep him, and so there you go. And then this morning, Indiana has announced a new contract for Tom Allen.
Oh, wait.
Not to be confused with Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Or Tim Allen's guy. Tom Allen is different.
Oh, okay. All right.
Tim Allen, of course, comedian who's, I don't know what he's doing now.
Oh, he's got a show on Fox now. Last Man Standing. Isn't that the name of the show? Last Man Standing.
Is that true?
Yes.
Boy, I had no idea.
I see all the commercials when I watch the footballs.
Yeah. I zone out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Not really paying attention.
Yeah.
Good for him though.
He's still doing his thing.
I guess.
Glad he doesn't have to resort back to his first career choice.
Yeah.
Which was slinging that rock.
Yeah. Yeah. That you don't want to go back to that.
No.
So Tom Allen not slinging rock or
no. And he played
tool man.
Really good year for Indiana. I hadn't seen Indiana
Penix?
football.
So we checked on Penix.
And he does it without Penix. The power of Penix was not with the team.
At the end.
He did it without.
No, for a long time he had Penix. Was fully functional and ready to roll.
Yes. And big time. Big time. Making big plays.
Talk about internal rotation.
Man, Penix has that great internal rotation.
But he lost it. He lost it at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was injured.
Which happens sometimes.
Yeah.
No need to be ashamed.
No. I saw some people calling him soft, and that's just wrong.
No, that's wrong.
He's not.
So Tom's he's getting paid.
Yes, he is.
He's getting paid.
Good for him.
Because Arkansas apparently was sniffing around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You can't get Indiana's coach.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know if they were actually serious about it.
Just putting feelers out, just like
just feeling it, feeling around, just seeing what's going on in there.
Maybe Tommy Boy was like, "Hey, if Arkansas comes to Indiana, your boy is out," and they were like, "Oh no, we can't have that."
There's an increased commitment, so they say, from this whole situation. It's the 7-year, $27.3 million deal, contract fully guaranteed for the first 3 years of deal. He gets.
Yeah, hit me with it. Let's go. This is got to be some crazy.
College coaching stuff is wild. Allen gets a year added to his contract every time Indiana makes a bowl game.
Okay.
So he's on a perpetual running 7-year deal as long as Indiana keeps making bowl games. And I guess the first 3 years are fully guaranteed of all that.
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is. So now, just again, a reminder of where we're at in the Power 5 versus non-Power 5 situation. Indiana, which has not won, they won 8 games this year. 8 Windiana. Hashtag 8 Windiana.
Okay.
First time they've done that since 1993 when Tim the Toolman Taylor was roaming the airwaves for real on Home Improvement. Tim Allen. Now, Tom Allen, his cousin apparently, led them to their first 8-win season in 26 years. And that 8-win season at Indiana, not a football school, got him a 7-year, $27.3 million deal.
Yes.
So almost $4 million per year. The first 3 of it fully guaranteed. Again, Mike Norvell's making what?
And Did you say? And every time he gets to a bowl, he gets extended one more year.
Right. And so now Mike Norvell's making 2.6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mike Norvell is objectively a much more successful and much hotter commodity.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'm saying. Indiana can afford to drop $27 million on a 7-year deal for their coach of their football program, in a football program that's like not even notable. Like no one even
120 seasons of football at Indiana, 11 bowl games.
Who can remember? Like
what's your favorite Indiana moment?
I mean, wasn't Antoine Randall L?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That I remember.
Yes.
Him. I don't know if
can you remember anything else about Indiana football?
Moment? No, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. But so because of that, they can afford to pay that much for this coach and give him this perpetual 7-year deal. Crazy. So that's what I mean. It's unfair. It is an unfair market, to say the least.
To get an Indiana football coach, I'm trying to make sure here, who left Indiana with a winning record, you'd have to go all the way back to 1934. 1934 to 1947, a dude named Bo McMillan left Indiana with a 63, 48, and 11 record all time.
Bo McMillan.
Like that is it. But to your point, Indiana football is bad. Like this highlights how bad Indiana football is.
Well, I think
they could just throw money out around because they're in the Power 5 conference. They got money.
I think the thing is that not only is it bad, it's just pointless.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really it doesn't move the needle anywhere other than in Indiana, and it's probably questionable how much
does it move the needle in Indiana. Evansville just knocked off Kentucky. Indiana football takes a back seat to them.
They did lose, Penix this year, and then they also lost another spectacularly named player. His starting left tackle. You know who protects the Penix?
No.
Coy Cronk.
Kronk or Crunk?
Well, Kronk, but you feel free to say Coy Cronk.
I'm calling them Coy Crunk.
Yeah.
Coy Crunk and Penix. Let's do it.
So both guys out, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The Crunkness is not what it used to be.
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But Tom Allen's about to turn it up with all this money that he's got. So everybody, looking for a party. Tom's got you.
Mm-hmm.
That money's flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So much money. I love it when it's unexpected.
Zach's drop game is
impeccable.
Tremendous. So that means that we got Tom Allen paid. We got Mike Leach paid. What about Lane Kiffin?
Has he got a new deal?
Well, they're preparing an offer.
Oh.
FAU is.
All right, FAU. I see you.
He values Boca.
Oh.
That's what they say.
That is. If he stays in Boca Raton, that is the dream. He's living my best life. Because you're a coach, you get paid all the millions, you got a nice place to live, and you don't have a whole lot of pressure on you. That, or you're a coach, you get to one of the top tier Power 5 schools, run it into the ground, they fire you in 2 years, but you got all that buyout money you can just sit on. Oh.
Well, the sources over at old Football Scoop say that Lane, it's getting a little interesting here because Ole Miss is coming hard at him.
Oh, okay. Ole Miss, Arkansas, Florida, Atlantic. Okay. Let's see how this shakes out.
It's very, very interesting indeed. On the field, in the SEC, they're playing a championship game.
Oh, that they are.
And it will not involve Alabama. They will be sitting and watching like everyone else. LSU, Georgia. What do you think?
LSU big. I think that LSU
big.
Defense. Yeah. I have no faith in Georgia's offense. They let the wrong quarterback enter the portal with that LSU defense and what Joe Burrows is able to do with the offense and how they're able to just put up points and get ahead of you by a score or two, and then you begin to press offensively because you have to. You have to get a score on this drive, on this possession, or the floodgates will open. Like that pressure has been insurmountable for some of these teams here. And I understand Georgia is pretty good, but I don't think they're near as talented or elite.
That is a real faint amount of credit for a team that is standing fourth in the CFP.
Georgia
I understand
is good.
Georgia is kind of good.
Georgia is good, but Georgia's not elite this year. LSU is elite, and we've seen elite teams go out there and just demolish good teams. And I think LSU has the capability of doing that against Georgia. I have no faith in Fromm and what he can do.
Well, that's the thing. The Georgia is the old school SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
The way they approach the game is very familiar to longtime SEC fans. defense, hard hitting, nasty, a lot of run. They have, you can certainly pass the ball, but for the most part, they are running. Now, why they persisted last week with DeAndre Swift as much as they did in a game that was very much in control, I do not understand. And he's dealing with a shoulder injury that got worse over the course of that game. He's not probably going to be 100%. How can they move the ball? LSU's defense is certainly not elite, but how are they going to be able to move the ball offensively on a regular basis if Swift is not 100%? That's going to be tricky. Do you really trust the ability of Jake Fromm to use his arm when he doesn't have Lawrence Cager and George Pickens is suspended for the first half of the game? You're missing some weapons, and that means it's even more incumbent upon him to be really, really accurate. Is that going to be possible?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be able to do that? I don't think so. LSU's defense is not especially great, but they are potentially disruptive and can take advantage of potential mistakes or sloppy throws or poor play. And Georgia has shown a time or two the propensity to do that. I don't know. Maybe Georgia has been uber vanilla this year.
All year?
Maybe they've just been
for this
keeping
moment right here.
Maybe they've just been all year, and then they're like, well, now we are going to unleash our super spread, crazy offense. Maybe this is the time. Mm-hmm. They're just going to catch everyone out. Maybe, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's the case either. LSU has only scored fewer than 36 points once this year. In every game, they've scored over 36 points.
Oh, okay.
Except for one. So, now that being said, Georgia has allowed more than 17 points just once to an opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. This is a strength on strength kind of matchup.
Yeah.
But I think LSU's strength in their consistency and the ability to persist with what they do very well is going to demoralize, and I just think Georgia's going to have a real hard time keeping their offense together enough, and their defense has got to be, as good as it is, it's got to be absolutely flawless to keep LSU from scoring, I don't know, at least 24, 28 points. I think it's like what's the absolute minimum that LSU scores?
27?
So do you think that Georgia can score 28?
No.
Okay, well, there you go.
Not at all.
and that's that on that.
Yes.
So then, if Georgia loses, now that fourth spot is wide open. Are you still of the belief that it's Oklahoma?
If Oklahoma wins, yeah.
Do you think they win?
No. Eventually, you've got to get bit for turning this ball over the way that they do at the rate that they turn the ball over. I think that Baylor is hard to beat a team twice. Baylor had Oklahoma beat, so they're confident. They know that they can get out there and put up points on Oklahoma. It's just a matter of holding on to the lead and not doing something really weird. So I think Baylor, with that confidence and Oklahoma's propensity to just give games away to people who apparently haven't wanted them all year, ends up biting Oklahoma in the butt. And then Utah ends up getting in.
Well, you remember 3 weeks ago when they played, Baylor was up 28-3. Baylor was phenomenal in the first half, and it looked like they were just going to run Oklahoma out of the arena. But Oklahoma, for whatever reason, the second half, Jalen Hurts was much better, everything came together. They end up coming back, remarkable comeback. They get the win. It's not often that you get to see a team, get some revenge or come back from something like that, but Baylor has the opportunity to do that. Difference, though, they didn't have CeeDee Lamb in that first game. Oklahoma didn't.
No, they
didn't.
did.
They do. That's a big difference. CeeDee Lamb is
special.
Most exciting receiver in the game. And, he's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Should be already making a lot of money, but that's a different discussion. but having him back is a huge difference from their offensive standpoint. Jalen Hurts gives him a weapon that he didn't have before. I do agree, and it's been the problem for Oklahoma all year. They've just been very sloppy. For whatever reason, they just don't seem to value the football. Like, it's weird. You would think that from that system that Jalen Hurts played in and, his development as a quarterback, you would think he would really value the ball. Like, you'd think he'd really just not be this turnover prone. But, man, he has just been slinging it all over for good or for bad. You don't want to open up that opportunity for Baylor. That said, I do think Oklahoma gets it done, and if they do, then they're gonna be in the CFP playoff, which is interesting for Jalen Hurts to be there with Alabama not there.
Yeah,
unless Utah
tonight. It is tonight, correct?
Yeah,
tonight.
It's tonight.
It is tonight.
It's tonight.
Tonight,
girl, if it's all right. Let's watch some Pac-12 championship action tonight. Utah, Oregon going at it tonight. It's Ducks on Utes tonight. Right. So, Oregon and Utah. Utah has to win and win with authority here. Utah is a pretty old school type of deal. They are slow. One of the slowest teams, in fact, the slowest team, tempo-wise, in the FBS. They hit hard. They are kind of they have sort of an SEC mentality wrapped up in a Pac-12 body. But when you look at their body of work and you see the teams they played, you know, and the fact that the USC game looms large, they really haven't necessarily played with consistency against the very best, but they've been very good for the most part, and they've gotten better over the course of the last few weeks. Oregon, meanwhile, you never quite know what you're going to get with Oregon.
No.
They pooped themselves against Arizona State, but they're a pretty decent team. I don't know. I think Utah, given what they need to prove in this game, and given the way they play and the way they're going to hit Oregon hard, I don't think Oregon is set up to deal with that. And I think they take a couple shots early, and I think Utah ends up winning pretty comfortably in the end. I'm going to say it's a 10-point Utah victory.
I'll go the opposite way. I think that because Utah plays so slow, if they get down and with the tempo that Oregon plays at, I don't know if Utah is going to be capable of scoring enough points fast enough to keep up with Oregon. This is an Oregon team that, while they pooped themselves against Arizona State, went out there and annihilated Southern Cal, handled Washington pretty handily also. And had it not been for Bo Nix late in that game when Oregon was minus its top, 4 or 5 receivers, they probably pulled that one out also. I like Oregon in this game. I think that offensive line is really good with a quarterback who's got legit first-round NFL potential. They go out there and they get it done.
We'll see. That is, as you mentioned, tonight, the action there. And then, of course, the other games that, Ohio State, Wisconsin, come on. Clemson, Virginia, come on. And we'll talk Cincinnati, Memphis, the big one, coming up next. With our good friend Evan Barnes from the Commercial Appeal. He's going to join us on the other side as we listen to this fabulous experience we like to call the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 961, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
This is the time of year when people come in from out of town and you want to impress them, and there's simply no better way to impress out-of-towners than 117 Prime in the heart of beautiful downtown Memphis. If your family or friends are visiting Memphis for the first time or for the first time in a long time, take them to the finest dining destination in downtown Memphis, 117 Prime. They'll be amazed by the best steaks in town and the best atmosphere anywhere in the city. 117 Prime is built to impress your visitors. 117 Prime is simply built to impress.
Bria's fashion boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers are playing host to Cincinnati in the American Athletic Conference Football Championship game on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. This is the third straight championship game appearance for the Tigers, but this time it's at home. Tickets start at just $20 and are available now at GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. Memphis versus Cincinnati on Saturday, December 7th at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Be there and help the Tigers win the AAC Championship and a trip to the Cotton Bowl. Stripe up.
And this corner is Bob, the Beast of Bar Graphs, using Dayquil Severe to face off against his cold. Bob's cold was coming at him from all sides. Head, chest, right nostril, left nostril. Oh, Dayquil Severe! What a game changer! He's out of his bed sheets, wrecking his spreadsheets, bodies slamming his sales reports. With Dayquil Severe, Bob's cold is out cold.
Dayquil Severe, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, sore throat, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Football. Oh yeah. Yeah. Getting funky here. Football time. Making football plays. I love this. We can just do this all the time. Gonna have Jerry Jones remix everything today as well.
Okay.
Got nothing else to do.
No.
Team's terrible. College team is getting everybody else paid.
Yeah, everybody.
He's got all the money. They can't seem to get anyone to come to Fayetteville. I don't know. I don't know what else Jerry's going to do other than doing all that. A texter says, "You telling me it's not worth a couple $million a year in promotion and advertising to have a Tiger team in top 20 and getting the city and school's name out there?" I mean, listen, it's not about it being worth it or not. It's about you won't be able to do that on a consistent basis. You just can't. As our good friend Evan Barnes, who joins us now from the Commercial Appeal at Evan_B on Twitter, he's ready to rock out for the AAC championship game this weekend. Doesn't have to travel anywhere. He's just right here in the Bluff City. Evan, good morning. What's up, man? How are you?
Gentlemen, I am good. I am still recovering a little bit from seeing Dave Chappelle last night.
Oh. How was it?
Whoa.
He was awesome. So I saw Dave 3 years ago in Los Angeles, and he was good, and it was right when he was filming one of his Netflix specials. So the one that I saw on Netflix, he was much more animated, much more engaging. When I saw him, he was a little bit tired, but he still was hilarious. But last night, he was really, really good, had a bunch of new material, had the place rolling. So it was a fun night.
The place, I mean, how long did the set go? Because I know Dave can go a little bit sometimes.
Oh, yeah, no, Dave, you let Dave pretty much do what he wants. Like, so Dave was, it's supposed to start at 10. They had the DJ who was the opening act. They had Donnell Rawlings, a.k.a. Ashley Larry for Chappelle Show fans. Mm-hmm. And then Dave he had about an hour-long set, got done around 12:30, I think. And it felt great. Like, obviously our phones were locked, so you just have to just kind of be there and enjoy the moment. Mm. But he went long. He was great. He actually kind of went off script a little bit when some of the crowd was talking, so it was pretty fun. So I enjoyed it. I will say Dave is still a master storyteller when it comes to telling good jokes.
Mm-hmm. There's no question about it. So now, are you in the right headspace for this game, Evan? Now, I mean, have you got everything ready? Are you good to go?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's not forget, we still got an exciting weekend here in Memphis between the marathon, this game for the younger crowd. Ariana Grande is going to be your Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm ready for football. It's going to be a fun football weekend.
You're not going to be able to run in the marathon, are you, Evan?
Oh, no. I got my own race, shall we say. I have my own race to run the Liberty Bowl.
You going to run through Tiger Lane? Like, what's going on here? Run up the steps to the press box?
Oh, no. My usual race of getting to the Liberty Bowl and figuring out how in the world we're going to get even more excited and ready for what should be a great sequel, shall we say.
So let's get down. Let's bottom line this thing, Evan. Let's just get to it, okay? Question number one, bottom line. Is this Mike Norvell's last game coaching the Tigers?
That's a hard question. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It seems as if the signs are pointing to if Florida State is supposed to make an announcement over the weekend, it seems like if this is, it wouldn't be surprising. The signs are pointing to that. But, obviously we don't have any signs coming from inside because everything is about the game. But I don't think people will be surprised if it's it. And if it is it, what better way to go out than playing for the AC Championship? And if Memphis wins, which, again, Mike has not won a game in December, if that happens, then that would be a great way to go out. So I think we'll see. But honestly, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying either way if this is his last game or not. But it would not surprise me.
Allow me to help you because I happen to have a friend of a friend who has a friend. That guy's a friend. Who is a lawyer in Tallahassee, and he's a little connected. Okay. He's got some connections, and so I hear tell that from this friend of a friend of a friend who is a lawyer, again, well connected. So I mean, this is not just rumor and speculation. I mean, this is obviously very properly sourced. That it's a done deal. That it's thank you, Zach. That it's a done deal. That it was it's in the books. It was finished last night, so I was told that it was all over. That it's done, and it will be announced Sunday. That's what I get. A friend of a friend of a friend. That's what three separations.
Who's a lawyer?
And is also well connected. Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's right. So Evan, you can go ahead and if you want to break that just go ahead and write that as a source. It'll be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and help you out with that.
That's why y'all are on the radio, and I have to do a little bit more reporting.
Evan, what's the mood like in the locker room around the players with all of this swirling about?
The honest truth is they want to win this game. Like they're more concerned with the fact they don't want to go 0-3 in the AAC championship game. Like they don't want to have another team celebrate at their expense in the last game or in the first game of December for them. We were talking to O'Brien Goodson, and basically he was talking about just, he's seen two teams celebrate. They've had to walk off the field. They don't want to have that happen. Brady White talked about kind of what he learned from last year playing in that game and kind of what to expect and how to handle it. And I think the good thing is you have a veteran team that really just, knows how to handle this week. This isn't new for them. This isn't something that they are, going to have to try to get used to or whatever. Even Kenny Gainwell, he was he didn't play in the game last year, but he obviously traveled with the team as a redshirt. So he saw the experience at UCF. So there's a zeroed-in focus on this game because they know that if they lose a third AAC championship game, it's going to hurt. And they know that at the Liberty Bowl, they've only lost one game there since 2017, if we don't count the actual bowl game as Iowa State. So I think there is a focus of let's win this thing and get this monkey off our back, so to speak.
Well, there is all of that. And of course, Cincinnati, it's difficult. It's weird the way this is all kind of played out with having to do the rematch, same exact team. I've said, Evan, I really think that in general, these leagues should avoid cross-divisional matchups with the final week of the regular season just to avoid this kind of possibility. Because it does make it something of an anticlimax no matter what you do. But this Cincinnati team could be different because in all likelihood you'll see Desmond Ridder at the quarterback position rather than Ben Bryant. Ben Bryant a better passer, but Ridder can run the ball and can keep that offense clicking over in a way that Bryant probably can't as a freshman. What changes about Cincinnati when Ridder is under center?
Well, just his experience being there. I wrote something at the commercialtrail.com kind of breaking down the advantages and disadvantages, and Ridder knows this offense really well. The offense is confident in him. They've won 21 games with him under center, so they know kind of what to do with everybody, and there's a rhythm, and there's obviously the chemistry. So that's going to help them pretty much, do what they can do pretty much. But Ridder is also coming off a shoulder injury to his throwing shoulder. And the last two times he's been on the field in the last two games, he's thrown for less than 100 passing yards. So I don't know how healthy he's going to be for this game, but I can guarantee he's not going to be 100% to where he's a threat to throw the ball downfield. So basically, if you're Memphis, you have to prepare for another physical game where the run game is going to be really important. And you have to make sure you don't let Desmond Ridder even try to get hot, because if he can get anything going with the passing game and find a way to pick apart the secondary or the middle of the field, then it's going to be a long game. So that's why I think this game will be a little bit closer, because if Ridder plays, Cincinnati gets their guy back. The offense is going to have more confidence. They can do more. They can do their whole playbook. But we also don't know how healthy he is either.
I was at the game on Friday. Yeah, last Friday, Black Friday. And it just didn't seem like Gainwell had the same type pop. Is it tough for Mike to find a way to utilize him with Patrick Taylor being back in the offense?
Well, I actually would almost disagree with you on there, because I thought Gainwell played pretty well considering he was going to be targeted by the Cincinnati defense. I think he barely had just under 90 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to get the box score up in a second here. But I thought he played pretty solid considering that you're not going to, run for many yards against Cincinnati's defense. I think what we saw is we're still seeing Memphis basically do the two-back system where Gainwell had 15 carries, I believe, and Taylor had 10 carries. So it's going to be interesting kind of seeing how Memphis uses that a little bit more, because obviously you're going to need Patrick Taylor's physicality to kind of match up against this Cincinnati team. But I don't know if you're going to just necessarily force Gainwell out there and say, okay, go run. Because there was one play in the game, I believe, where Gainwell was going out for a third down pass, and he was immediately shoved right off the line of scrimmage by one of the linebackers, and Gainwell just lost his balance and was, stumbling on his route. So I think you have to be really careful with using, because obviously you don't want him just to kind of, face that punishment. But you are going to have to use him because he does bring that speed element, and he did have a couple of big runs out there. And Cincinnati, I don't think can contest that speed. So I would say that Memphis is still going to use both of them, but I also think it's because Cincinnati's run defense is really good.
Do you think, you alluded to it earlier on, Evan, the fact that Mike Norvell has not won a game in December, that he's had a crack at the championship game, hasn't been able to get it done, and there are many reasons why that would be. It's not like he's played dozens of games in December. or anything like that. But there is a perception out there that sometimes in big games, Mike struggles, or there can be some play calling issues, or there can be some tightness down the stretch. Do you think there's any truth to any of that? Is that just a matter of it just hasn't been the right time in the right situation, or do you think that elements of their game change in big moments?
I think there's something to it, because obviously the game last year against UCF, they were rolling in the first half. They just were looking like they were going to go out there and just crush UCF because of how they played. And then in the second half, they just fell apart. And Mike has said that the team was scoreboard watching. Now, he will always say that it was a young team, and they obviously had the team last year where they lost some second half leads. But he also knows that's on him as well as a coach. Like, you have to make sure that your guys can finish. It's one thing, as he obviously says, you can talk about finishing, but you have to be about finishing. And I think that's something that I know he wants to kind of show too, because obviously last week there were a couple of plays where you kind of looked around and you're like, oh, what's Mike doing? Like when they went for it on 4th and 2 after Pat Taylor got stuffed, and then you roll Brady White out to the short side of the field where there's literally like Cincinnati defenders swarming. You're kind of wondering, well, why didn't you just take the field goal right there? Mm-hmm. So there are questions about that, and but I also know that Mike has won his share of big games. I mean, this year, every big game you can qualify that Memphis has been a part of, whether it's been Ole Miss, SMU, or even the first Cincinnati game, they've also won, and you got to put that on him as well, say that he's won it. So I think for him, he wants to prove that in December he can win a game of this magnitude, because I think that is the only knock on him, is that while he's got this great offense, he's sent guys to the NFL, he's been able to keep this thing going with 2 different quarterbacks, he still has to prove that he can win a December game. And I think that's why they're so focused for this one.
How crazy is it that this team, as great as they've been all year, beating all challengers except for Temple, only has one guy on the first team all conference?
3 guys.
3 guys first team?
Yeah, but only the special teams. Those are
two special teams, and then one guy on the offensive and defensive side.
Right. Now, there we go. Look, I'm not someone who gets really upset about awards, but I found that to be really, really silly, because you would have figured that for a team that has a top 10 offense in the country, now granted, there's also, I think, 2 other AAC teams that have top 10 offenses, but you would have thought that there would be more first-team representation. Now, obviously, Gibson's been a great return man. He won Special Teams Player of the Year. Gainwell was the AAC Rookie of the Year. You knew that was going to happen. Riley Patterson had such a great year. But the fact that you don't see that much more representation on the first team, it's kind of surprising. But the biggest snub, obviously, was Coach of the Year. Now, all respect to Navy for what they did this year. We kind of expected they were going to bounce back, because Navy's not going to have 2 bad years in a row. But you mean to tell me that Mike Norvell loses what he lost last year, how this team started, and basically, even though they had the expectations, they're still the number 1 group of 5 team going into this weekend. They're still a top 10 offense without Darrell Henderson and Tony Pollard, and losing Pat Taylor for most of the year. And they've beaten all the top teams in the AAC with the exception of Temple, but he isn't win Coach of the Year. That was a bit surprising to me. And I think that's why another reason he can bet this team is focused is because, hey, guys got snubbed. The guys are going to be upset about that. They've already beaten Cincinnati once. Why not go do it again and prove that you are the Coach of the Year, or guys should have been first team all conference on defense, So I think that's a little bit of motivation for them. And this team won't need it, but they got it.
I mean, this is the thing. This conference is so it's befuddling sometimes, Evan. Like with stuff like this, there is the perception, as you well know, having lived here for long enough to pick up on the chip that's on everybody's shoulder. But it's stuff like this that fuels it. It's stuff like this where there's just enough smoke, and Lord knows we want all of it around here. There's just enough smoke to say that there might be something to it. It's befuddling to say, well, you've given the award to Niumatalolo, 3 times the last 5 years. Like, everyone likes the guy. Okay, we get it. There's so many possibilities and so many things that could have been awarded for this team, and it just feels, I don't know, churlish to be like to not accept and not appreciate what they've done. And why would you feel that way? And it's just like, especially given the attention that this team has provided for the conference. I don't know. I feel like the hate is real, Evan. That's all I can. That's the only conclusion I can come to. The hate is real.
Well, the only thing I can think of is, again, these awards, by the way, are picked by the coaches. So we should note that out. So when people get mad at the AAC, just remind everyone that it was the coaches that voted for this. So I don't know if Memphis is not well liked around the league, which is interesting because I figure that Mike is well respected among the coaches here. I honestly don't know. And it does feed the perception that fans are going to have that Memphis doesn't have the respect. And it's funny because you look at what Mike Aresco, the commissioner, said this week about how Memphis isn't respected around the country in these rankings. Mm-hmm. But then you look at the conference, and obviously people are going to point to the Temple game. People are going to point to this. They're always going to find a way to say, well, Memphis isn't respected besides the special teams unit in the AAC awards. And honestly, it's hard to argue that when you see what the awards are. But at the same time, if Memphis wins on Saturday, some people might still be upset about it. But if you get to the Cotton Bowl, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it'll stink that Memphis didn't get more conference honors, but you're going to be playing in the New Year's Six Bowl. And I think more people will look around and say, well, you know what? You may not have given our players the honors we think they deserve, but we're going to go play in one of the premier bowls around. So I think you could take that trade-off, but it does make you confused as to why.
Yeah, why is it even necessary to have that trade-off? It shouldn't. You should be able to have both, and it does diminish. I mean, it hurts Mike Aresco's argument because if your own conference can't even respect Memphis, then how should anyone else want to? And how should you expect the rest of college football to respect Memphis when you guys aren't even doing it? I hope. All I can say is I hope. Assuming it would be great. Obviously, the Tigers win. I think it's the most consequential game in the program's history. And if they win, I hope that they can find a way to work this out so that Mike Norvell can coach. I think it sucks that we have to have so often these coaches of non-power schools end up getting a Power 5 job, but the cost of it is that they have to miss out on the thing that they were trying to build with their program most of all. I think that's that just sucks, and I hope we could find a way, if this does indeed go down, to make sure that he can do what Scott Frost did at UCF and at least have that last game.
Well, I'll be honest with you. With the new recruiting schedule, with signing day coming up in the fall, it's not the fall, later this month.
Yep.
I would be very shocked if Mike Norvell leaves. I will be very shocked if he coaches the bowl game, just because they got it. Florida State's got to get this recruiting class together because they've been without a coach now for since October. Mm-hmm. So they have to.
With respect to my man Odell, he's
right.
He's holding it down. But
and let's not forget, if you've seen the reaction of Florida State fans and the recruits who are watching this, they have to act quickly because they don't want to lose this class that they have. So I would be very shocked if. It would be great if Mike does leave. It would be great if he does coach the bowl game, but I would be very surprised if he doesn't because Florida State's got to make sure they smooth things over with the recruits and get things going over there. So it would be great if he was, but you have to understand the business of college football. If this is it, then even more reason for fans to come out to the game because this could be one of the last times you see Mike Norvell wearing Memphis blue.
Evan will be there. He's going to run to the game. So he said earlier on. He's got the marathon. He's been up late laughing. He's got a rib injury. He's listed as probable for the game because his sides were split last night by Dave Chappelle. So you got to be careful about all of that. But if you can make it through all those obstacles, Evan, we'll see you at the Liberty Bowl tomorrow, my friend.
Hey, I will be a trooper, and I will be there, pen in hand, ready to work.
There you go.
We survive.
That's
we
right.
Will survive.
That's right. Thank you, Evan.
Thanks, Evan.
Appreciate it. Evan's old school. Evan listens to vinyl. He's got pen in hand. He's not. It's all
pen in hand.
analog.
Like you got a computer, Evan.
He's like, I've seen Evan. He doesn't write those stories longhand. But anyway, let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here from the Family Leisure Studios on this Friday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96, 187.7.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find Real Sports Talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
These seats are amazing. Shoot it!
We deliver tickets, team merchandise, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
And this corner is Bob the Beast of Bar Graphs, using Dayquil Severe to face off against his cold. Bob's cold was coming at him from all sides. Head, chest, right nostril, left nostril. Oh, Dayquil Severe! What a game changer! He's out of his bed sheets, wrecking his spreadsheets, bodies slamming his sales reports. With Dayquil Severe, Bob's cold is out cold.
Dayquil Severe, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, sore throat, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Bria's Fashion Boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
It Chapter 2, Pennywise is back. Tune in to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3, for a chance to win It Chapter 2. The Losers Club reunites after 3 decades to face their deepest fears again in It Chapter 2 and destroy Pennywise once and for all. It Chapter 2. Win the digital movie now with Johnny Radio on Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM. How would you like a chance to win house payments for a year? Go to Sports 56 WHBQ and enter to win in our Home for the Holidays contest. You could win mortgage or rent payments for a full year. That's right, get your home paid for an entire year. It's free to enter, so go to sports56whbq.com today. Enter now because it ends December 20th. It's the ultimate home court advantage. Home for the Holidays from Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Jerry Claus. Time to get a bunch of other coaches paid. If they're not hurt, which they probably are. We're just losing every day.
Jason Garrett listed as doubtful next week. Jerry, you got any comments on that?
Yeah, Jason Garrett's got his head way up his butt.
Oh, okay.
We're going to see if we can pull that thing out
okay.
before next week, but doesn't look good. Doesn't look good right now. We're going to keep him, though. We're going to keep him for some reason. I don't know why. He's wasted all his talent, but still, let's go ahead and keep him.
You're in the playoff chase. Do you think
we're leading the division? Get it right. We're leading that division. So it's a very competitive division.
only a half game up.
The competitors out there.
3 teams still eligible for the crown.
Competitivizing. That's right. Really good. Combined record 15-33. We got 6 of those wins though. What a disaster. What a joke. Texter says, see if you can parse this text for me.
Okay.
Texter says, Memphis is the Dallas Cowgirls of the AAC. They both suck. What does that mean?
That's a lot of hate.
Yeah. That's a lot of hate.
Don't get the Memphis part.
I mean, I'm all in favor of, making fun of Dallas is fine. But the Memphis says Dallas in the 8, it was... That'd be good to be Dallas, and for the most part. I mean, it certainly means you're popular and well.
Certainly not that popular.
And they're much more successful than Dallas lately.
Got more wins.
That's for sure.
They're going to a championship game. Although
that's right.
the last game of the year for the Cowboys against Washington may be a de facto championship game for them.
And Memphis could end up in Dallas. In the Cotton Bowl,
I guess so. I guess that's what we're doing here.
Maybe that's
okay.
Just some grade A, pure, unadulterated hate.
Unfiltered.
And I'm fine with that. That's fine. It just
raw.
There needs to be some level of reality to your hate, though.
It doesn't.
I think hate unfettered by even a tiny connection to the truth is problematic.
I don't know. That's the best type of hate there is. Give me that raw, man. Just pump that straight into my veins. That's the hate I'm here for.
Well, I mean, there's two different ways to do it. But if you want to just go pure hate, just Silky Johnson style.
Yes.
That's go for it. Feel it. I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you. If you want to just go that direction, then feel free.
Yes.
Shout out to Chappelle, who was here last night.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been an interesting show to go to. I can't be staying up until 12:30 at the show, though.
Not that interesting.
On a school night.
No, come on, no.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour number 3 on the way. Kari Thompson going to join us. We'll talk a little bit about what a performance from ECS.
Mm-hmm.
Victorious. Congratulations to the Eagles taking home a state championship against CPA.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Congratulations to them. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the other high school matchups. And we always get into all kinds of stuff with Kari.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. We'll do that when we return here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96, 187.7.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world. And I'm not kidding. You can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
And this corner is Bob the Beast of Bar Graphs, using Dayquil Severe to face off against his cold. Bob's cold was coming at him from all sides. Head, chest, right nostril, left nostril. Oh, Dayquil Severe! What a game changer! He's out of his bed sheets, wrecking his spreadsheets, bodies slamming his sales reports. With Dayquil Severe, Bob's cold is out cold.
Dayquil Severe, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, sore throat, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, a lot of questions run through your mind.
What am I going to do?
What are my options?
What did I do wrong?
We've had those thoughts too.
But some questions can help you move forward.
Visit findyourmbcvoice.com for an interactive guide to help you learn the next steps to take after an MBC diagnosis.
And how to ask the questions that lead to an open and informed conversation with your doctor.
Start finding your voice today
at findyourmbcvoice.com.
Need Christmas gifts for friends, family, even yourself? Now's the time to buy at Family Leisure. Buy one item for someone special, you get the second for yourself at half off. Pool tables as low as $14.99. Hot tubs as low as $1,400. Arcades as low as $9.99. Massage chairs, you can get one as low as $6.99. There's so much to choose from now through Christmas Eve. Get your Christmas shopping done at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family fun and the holidays all come together.
If you're an outdoorsman and love all things hunting and fishing, be sure to listen to Sports 56 Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. for Outdoors Today. Brought to you by the Gun Store, 6920 Winchester in Memphis. Outdoors Today is a 1-hour show hosted by veteran Mark Tobin and a group of respected outdoor-loving guests. Outdoors Today is dedicated to bringing outdoorsmen tips and techniques and tactics to help with your hunting and fishing in all seasons. Saturday mornings at 6 on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Show smelling good.
People coming over, grandma's on the way. Funky Christmas.
Show enough funky Christmas Day.
Ooh, listen to that. Listen to the horn.
That's the Funky Christmas.
Ask, ye shall receive. Funky, funky, funky Christmas. You like decking the halls?
Yes, very much so.
With boughs of holly? You know what that is? You know what those are?
No, I don't. That's not how I deck my halls, but go ahead.
How do you deck your halls?
Well.
Come on, man. Zach, how do you deck your halls?
I don't.
Undecked halls. Fair enough.
That is something I do not do.
Do you deck anything?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Live and learn. What about Kari Thompson, who joins us now? Kari, do you deck your halls?
I don't have a hall to deck, man.
Okay.
I live downtown. We're kind of limited for space.
Oh. Do you deck a patio, or do you deck like an entryway?
No.
Oh, okay.
None of that.
Am I the only one who's decking halls around here?
How do you deck your halls?
Yeah, with boughs of holly.
What the hell is boughs of holly?
They're a bunch of holly, and you put them in a bow. There you go. Bow. That's it.
Bow.
There's your holly. Bow. That's what you got to do right there. Welcome. He's Kari Thompson. This is hour number 3 of the program. I'm Peter. He's CJ. That's our friend Rack City Zach, a.k.a. Similac Zach, a.k.a. the soy toy over on the other side. It's a wet, kind of nasty sort of Friday morning, but we're having fun nonetheless with a funky Christmas kind of vibe. And joining us is Kari Thompson for the Commercial Appeal. He was, of course, in for me last week at this time, so thank you for doing that. Now Kari's up in Cookville doing Cookville stuff. Watched ECS last night take home a golden ball for the city. Woo!
The city better 901.
That's right. Kari, what was it like, the victorious destruction of CPA?
Well, it wasn't so victorious. Well, it wasn't a destruction.
I was like, it wasn't victorious. Did they not win?
It was victorious.
Breaking news,
they
folks.
They did win. But let's not act like they blew CPA out, actually. They went in to the half trailing 14-10 and had a lot of trouble moving the ball. But in the second half, they shut CPA out. The defense really showed up, and they realized that they couldn't move the ball through the air. CPA's defense was just too good, so they were like, brute force. We're just going to run it on the last drive. Kept giving it to Jalen Greenwood, who finished with about 100 yards, and Jacob Hatcher was able to score the game-winning touchdown with about 6 minutes to go. So it was a defensive struggle. You can ask any of the guys on ECS. They all tell you it was an ugly game, but who cares because they won.
Yeah, and they got the title for the city. Who else out there playing for championships this weekend can get one? That's
We're
it?
done.
That's
I'm
it?
driving back, CJ. That's it. We want to know this year. CJ, I'm going home. I'm pulling up.
Why did you drive back? Why didn't you drive back last night so you could have come in studio? Come on, man.
Come on, man. I gotta sleep. That Cookville drive is real. That Cookville drive is real. Man.
Exit 287, I believe. Is that right? I'm thinking, is that?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm on like 229 right now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. 220. It's 287, I believe, is Cookeville, if I'm not mistaken. I made that drive, when I went to school in Knoxville, so I made that drive across 40 many times. I think I had those things memorized. Cookeville and Crossville and all the there's all sorts of villes going through there. So for the city, go for it, Card.
I was saying, selfishly for me, it was great because last year I stayed all weekend and watched all three of our teams lose, and this year we get to be 1-0 and be out.
So we have the best winning percentage of any of the areas. What does it say about us that we only got the one?
Well, it says that Ravenwood is really good because Houston's a really good football team, but I think Ravenwood's going to be state champs in 6A. That's what I think that says. Also, it's unfortunate that Briarcrest got out because I think they could have gave MBA a better game than MUS did because I think Briarcrest has a little bit more offensive firepower. But, because MBA, their problem against, I sticked around to watch them lose to Macaulay in the D2 AAA game last night.
They did. They lost 7-28.
Yeah, their problem was they couldn't score. My bold prediction for the D2 AAA Blue Cross Bowl was that the MVP would be a D lineman, and I feel like Jay Hardy got robbed because he had 2 sacks, and the Macaulay D line got 9 sacks, which was like a state record for the title game. So I got robbed of my bold prediction, but the Macaulay line really did its thing and put a lot of pressure on on NBA.
So all in all, this year for Memphis football, for prep football, a success?
I'd say it's a success because you got a gold ball. You didn't get one last year. That's when you have nowhere to go but up. That's a step in the right direction. Now we need to
sounds
see
like me talking out here.
gold balls.
Need multiple gold balls.
Multiple balls. You got to do it.
All the greats have multiple balls.
There's no question about it. I mean, 1 ball's okay, but 2 balls are better. Yeah, I think that's just one of those things that I've always learned, and I think it's important. 3? Well, that's a different sort of thing, but that's okay in certain situations. So I just think you got to keep working towards those goals. You know what I mean? And I around here, I felt like, Kari, we've struggled. I think I don't know if it's a resources situation. I don't know if it's the money aspect of it is definitely the case. I don't know if it's a ingrown bias situation from TSSAA, which seems to have sort of the same relationship with Memphis as the AAC does with Memphis. But it feels like we as an area are climbing uphill. Does that ring true, Kari? Do you think that there are just some areas and biases, money-wise and perception-wise, that are going to be hard for Memphis to overcome?
No, because I think the really good teams around here, the MUSs and the Briarcrest, aren't hurting for money. Number one, the Houston, they're not hurting for money. Number two, I think it's a cultural thing. I think football is just a bigger thing out of Middle Tennessee. And you can see as Nashville has like seven teams in this Blue Cross Bowl this year. Like, I think basketball is a bigger thing in Memphis. I think basketball, Memphis has kind of owned that as our thing, a lot more so than Middle Tennessee has. But I think culture-wise, I don't think anyone's saying Memphis is at a competitive disadvantage in basketball. I think we're saying that in football because the teams haven't been able to win.
So, Kari, the season for all the Memphis teams is over with, or are over with, excuse me. Looking ahead to next year, because it's never too early to start looking ahead to next year. Who are some teams set up for really good seasons next year?
I think ECS will be right back because a lot of their best players are young. They're losing Austin Hill, who was Mr. Football, but Jalen Greenwood, who I mentioned earlier, their running back, he's a sophomore. He already has offers from like Georgia Tech and a couple other programs on that level. And they have a couple other guys that'll be big time for them. Dietrich Pennington is one of the biggest prospects in the state. I think he's ranked number 10 in the state for 247 Sports. Could he has offers from everybody. He's a big time two-way lineman. Yeah, they're the one that sticks out. And then, I think you can never count out Whitehaven. I think Whitehaven will find a way, even though they're losing those 3 linebackers from UT. They're always a perennial power. I think Houston, even though they're losing Lincoln Perry and Grayson Hitt, will be pretty good. And then, the D2 AAA stuff is always strong, whether it's Christian Brothers, whether it's MUS, whether it's Briarcrest. I think one of those 3 teams will find a way to be very competitive next year. And Covington as well.
So you feel like the trends are going in the right direction?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, 1 little ball is better than 0. I'm glad I finally got to witness one. That was fun. Let's shoot for 2 or 3 next year.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's the case, what needs to happen? Because I'm not saying, like, when I say lack of funds, I'm not saying, like, Memphis schools are poor. I'm saying just relatively speaking, the Nashville schools got a lot more of most especially in the D2 classifications. There's just a lot more. There's a lot more stuff going on there. I'm not saying anyone's poor. No one's out here. None of your Briarcrests and MUSs of the world are not out here hat in hand. Like, please help us to take this trip. But I'm just saying, like, you see what some of the other schools, the Chattanooga boarding schools, the
Macaulay.
it's still different. That's all I'm saying. It's still different.
I mean, I think it takes some luck, right? Because I was talking after the Ravenwood game. I was talking to their coach, Matt Daniels, and he was talking about how this year's Houston team reminded him of Ravenwood, and that Houston was a very solid program, but they just got outgunned by a team that has a bunch of big-time D1 guys. And sometimes you have years like that where, Ravenwood, got Reggie Grimes in the offseason. You know what I mean? The number 1 player in the class of 2020 just decides to transfer in because his dad takes a job at the school. You know what I'm saying? Ravenwood had the top player in 2020 and 2021 on the field, and you can just see the difference in talent level. So, sometimes you have years where you have teams that are just loaded. Whitehaven was like that last year, where they just have a ton of D1 guys. Sometimes you don't. But, at the end of the day, coaching is important, but talent will certainly help you win out because when you're facing teams that have 6'6" tight ends that can move and have hands and have, 6'5", 250-pound DNs that are going to be rushing these passers, there's only so much that, high school kids can do.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now speaking of, since we're talking about Memphis football in general, do you agree with my friend's lawyer friend down in Tallahassee who's connected, who says that the Mike Norvell deal is done to Florida State and that he's going to be? You think this is Mike Norvell's final game on Saturday?
It very well could be, but as someone who spent some time in law school, the deal is never done until the contract. So, I could say that it's probably likely. I mean, it's the whole piece about them waiting until the end of the weekend is interesting, and Mike Norvell is certainly an attractive candidate. And I think that Florida State is an attractive job where you can win a national championship if you do your job as coach. So I think it makes sense for both sides, but I wouldn't go out there and call it a done deal.
We're driving through Tennessee.
We may have to let you go, Car. You're starting to cut out on us a little bit.
Oh, am I cutting out? Yikes!
A little bit. We got you back. We'll give it one more shot.
One more shot. High school basketball high school basketball is going on right now, Kari. Who are you excited about seeing out there on the hardwood?
Oh man, it's officially hoop season. So the 2 names at the top of the list have to be Kennedy Chandler and Musa Cisse. That's Kennedy Chandler from Briarcrest and Musa Cisse from Montana. Musa had a game a couple weeks ago where he had a triple-double with blocks. He had 30, 20, and 20. I think against Germantown, one of these games.
Mm-hmm. 20 blocks?
20. He had like 23 blocks.
20.
That's too many. Something is wrong with your game plan on the opposing coaching side. We gotta
just
talk
go
about
at
this
him.
game
Just
plan.
go straight at him. Just keep shooting it on him.
Peter,
He can't block
you're
them all.
an NBA guy. You know, Peter, you're an NBA guy. You know, when you have a kid who is 6'10", can jump,
Oh yeah, I mean,
and
it's-
just
yeah.
has great instincts against high school kids,
Yeah, it's-
who's scoring on them?
No. So I'm saying,
But it's not about
you can't
scoring
ever,
on
You can't
him.
ever go inside ever. I mean, you just have to jack it up, and that just throw. I'd rather just miss all the threes.
But after 13 shot blocks, you would think, hey, we're not going to shoot it when this guy's around anymore. Have some pride about
that's what I'm saying. After like 13, after like 5, I'm like,
Wait. Give the guy some props, man. Keep taking it to the rack hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't back down.
it. Nah, definitely back down. He's blocked 18 of them. He's definitely going to block yours.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, you're talking about like this is not a dude who's, I mean, he's not physically like thick, but there's not a bunch of dudes in high school that are going to be able to just go right into his body and like say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm
Let's
on.
draw this
Yeah,
foul.
No, no, you're not doing that. He's those long arms and all that. No, he's going to block that shot. He's really good. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent as you mentioned in the area, Kari.
Yeah, there is. I'm actually I'm working on my my Elite 8, which is coming soon. We're gonna do it's a basketball version of the Dandy Dozen. So we're gonna do our top 8 senior basketball prospects.
Okay.
So that'll be dropping around Christmas time.
Decking your halls with the Elite 8 right there.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. But it's funny because we're starting it this year, but 2020 is actually, as far as just the seniors, is a pretty down class, especially compared to last year. But there are definitely a few guys at the top who are going to be playing at the next level, so we definitely want to shout them out and highlight them.
Any teams to keep an eye on? We talked about players. Any teams in the area doing big things?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of teams to keep an eye on. I think AAA is wide open. I don't know who's going to win AAA this year, which is, I think, something we could say for the first time in a while because East has been so dominant. But, I mean, if you look out there, you have Houston, you have Whitehaven, you know what I'm saying? You have a couple of those teams. I like Briarcrest to repeat D2AA. Lausanne's obviously going to wreak havoc with Musa in D2 single A. There's a lot of teams out there. I mean, Olive Branch has, one of the best seniors in the city, and Cameron Matthews, Mississippi State signee. So, there's going to be a lot of teams to watch out there for sure.
Well, we'll watch out for him. You watch out for whatever's going on the road. Sounds
windy.
Sounds windy out there. So we'll let you run. We'll talk to you next week in studio, okay?
Sounds good. See you, Peter.
All right,
All right, Car.
You can never.
He didn't tell me bye, Peter. You hung up on him before he told me bye.
You got a C out, which is more than I wanted. I didn't even want that, so I'm a little upset. He managed to slip that in, but oh well.
Whatever.
He didn't thank you though, which is good. You can't be having that. Did anybody thank anybody when I was gone?
Yeah, I thanked everybody.
Did you thank yourself?
No, because that's
good.
Egotistical. Like, I'm not going to thank myself, even though I did an awesome job and it was worthy of thanks.
Well, then if you're not going to thank yourself, why would anyone else thank you?
And Kari off air was like, yeah, I really need to thank Peter for this opportunity. He's like, wait, he's not even here.
That's right.
Why would you do that?
Should have said it on the air, but yeah,
no, he should not have.
That.
No.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back and continue here. While we do, let's think about this from a texter who says, once at karaoke, this is our friend who used to run the karaoke.
Yes, I love karaoke stories.
Said, once at karaoke, I had a girl sing a song while more than slightly inebriated and physically stuck to a chair. She was stuck to the chair. Her boyfriend was frantically trying to dislodge her jeans from the chair while she slurred out the most unbeautiful version of Black Velvet you've ever heard. Ooh, I'd love to see that. How did she get stuck to that? Was she like...
Was there gum in the chair?
Yeah,
was she a large lady?
Was there chocolate? Like some like sticky something?
Was there something sticky in the chair?
Yeah.
That's a good question. What type of sticky substance was in the chair?
Good point. Texter says, CJ being newlywed decks better things than Halls. Come on now. We don't. It's not that kind of show.
Well,
it's not that kind of show, guys. It kind of is, actually.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But thank you for your thank you for your text. 67129. These are the kinds of texts we need. 67129. Texter says, is it possible that University of Memphis boosters and AD are waiting the outcome of the championship game before they make an offer to Norvell and his agent? Would a new stadium be part of the package to entice Norvell to stay? No, none of that. If they were going to make a big offer, or they felt like that was a possibility that would be something that could keep him here, I can't imagine an offer that would. If Florida State is in fact, as you know, my intricately sourced,
tell the people the source again.
A friend of a friend of a friend who's a well-connected lawyer type in Tallahassee.
This is a great source.
Yeah, great source. Says it's done. But if they were to compete with a deal of that size and that magnitude from a school like Florida State with the kind of tradition and all that. I can't even imagine what that offer could look like, and it would not be feasible for them to be able. It's sustainable for them with the revenues that they bring in. All that, it just you'd be beholden to you're already beholden to corporate sponsors anyway, but you'd be exceptionally it would just be the entire. It would be like you're relying on one benefactor like FedEx or whoever it would be to an ungodly degree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that's. And even then, it just seems implausible. So, no, to answer that. And then as far as the stadium goes, now they definitely wouldn't do that to keep a coach because they haven't wanted to do that anyway. So, let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on The Experience. Peter and CJ with you, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 961 87.7.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Bases loaded here at the top of the ninth. And the pitch. And it's out of here!
We deliver baseball caps, mitts, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
The Christmas cheer is in the air. Santa Claus is still alive and well. Gateway Tires is teaming up with Toys for Tots. We want to see some smiling, joyful faces on all the children this Christmas season. So talk it up, Toys for Tots, and spread the word and make a difference this year. Give one toy or 10. We are thrilled for your tremendous love and generosity this year in making a difference in a child's life. Drop off your Toys for Tots at Gateway Tires till December 20th. All DeSoto and Shelby, Memphis metro locations, and also Oakland and Atoka.
So I just checked, and yes, we can still have our holiday events right here at Sweetgrass.
I am so glad to hear that. I was wondering that since they merged Sweetgrass with Nextdoor, they might not be doing holiday parties.
Well, they sure are. We can still book our holiday parties for family and friends right here at Sweetgrass, where we always do.
And I'm going to keep right on having our office holiday party here, too.
You can still get special attention and have a special event right here at Sweetgrass.
And everyone will be able to see the games they want for once and won't be checking the scores on their phones. Sweetgrass is even better than before.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. If you need a roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and we will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. We have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for many years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies' new look, the Redbirds, the 901 FC, and the Tigers football and basketball teams, it's going to be a fun year. Thank you to Coach Norvell, Coach Hardaway, and their staffs for your dedication to your student athletes, the University of Memphis, and to fans like me who have waited forever to have both the football and basketball teams ranked at the same time. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
It Chapter 2, Pennywise is back. Tune in to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3, for a chance to win It Chapter 2. The Losers Club reunites after 3 decades to face their deepest fears again in It Chapter 2 and destroy Pennywise once and for all. It Chapter 2. Win the digital movie now with Johnny Radio on Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
People getting down beneath the Christmas tree. People getting down beneath the Christmas tree. Lordy, Lordy.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Winning football games. Man, this is good. Funky Christmas. It should be Funky Christmas every Friday, just so you know, until Christmas.
Okay. Make that work? Are there enough funky Christmas songs?
Not enough.
Okay. Because we've done it 2 Fridays.
There's plenty of there's plenty.
Funky Christmas?
There's plenty of Funky Christmas.
Okay.
I'll
You'll help us out with the Funky Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There's got to be thousands of Funky there's thousands of...
I think that number's closer to dozens than thousands.
I mean, I don't think that's true.
There's like rendition.
Ren who?
Gosh,
Ren and Stimpy?
Couldn't get that one out.
You still didn't get it out. Say it again.
Rendition.
No, for real, Zach. Come on. Get it out, man. I got faith in you. Sound it out, baby. Sound it out.
Rendition.
All right. Take 6. I've got faith in Zach Boyd.
Forget this.
No, say it. You got it.
You got
You got it,
You got
man.
this. You can do
Don't
this.
pay Peter any attention. He's a hater.
There are a lot of songs.
No, say it.
There are a lot of
renditions.
songs. No, there are a lot of songs.
No, you got to say the word. Come on.
There are a lot of
Help us out. Come on, Zach.
There are a lot of funky Christmas songs that are horrible.
Right.
Rendition.
Yes.
Woo! Take your time, man. Sound it out. That is a hard word to say, though.
It is.
It really not. I say it all the time.
You do?
No, you don't. I talk to you every day. You never say rendition.
Well, no, I didn't say it this morning, but I say it.
I
say it all the time.
When?
I say it all the time.
I've known you like 2.5 years and never heard you say that word.
Rendition. Just rendition. Rendition. I like that better. Welcome back as we continue here. This program. And hour number 3 of it is brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. You can get a great rendition of an automobile over there. What kind of automobile would you like? Would you like a big one? Would you like a small one? Would you like a sedan? Would you like an SUV? Would you like a pre-owned? Would you like brand new? Would you like a hybrid? Would you like a conventional drivetrain? What would you like? They've got all of those choices and more for you. Would you like to purchase it? Would you like to lease it? What do you want to do? You want to trade in or do you not want to trade in? Whatever they got for you. You want to come in there with a big suitcase full of cash? They'll happily accept that. If you want to, lease it, boom, no problem. You want to purchase it? They got great interest rates. Tremendous. Because probably most of you are not going to bring a suitcase full of cash. Some of you might, and God bless you if you can. But most of you probably aren't. That's okay. They'll make the process super simple and really, really easy for you. Great automobiles, season performance event happening right now over at Acura of Memphis. Find out more online, AcuraMemphis.com. Go see them, 385 in Ridgeway. It's a terrific group of folks over there. Award-winning at Acura of Memphis. You look like you got something on your mind.
I'm just reading the text line. My man or lady, suing man, got back to us on how the lady got stuck in the chair.
I see. Says her keys on her belt loop were hooked around the lattice work in the chair back. Think of a normal-sized woman wearing keys and a chair on her belt loop. It was a situation only a drunk person could find themselves in. Well,
those situations
I can see how that would happen. You got the little the key and the thing and the hook and it sort of I could see that.
Yes.
I mean
Didn't stop her from singing,
especially if you're drunk. But I mean, yeah. Well, listen. Once you're ready to sing, you're ready to sing. I mean, when you got to just sing. You got to get it out there. Nico says Run DMC has a funky Christmas song. Nightmare on My Street.
Okay, Nico must not know that we are of the culture, and that is Nightmare on My Street is DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and Run DMC's Christmas song is Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. And I don't know if that is funky or not. It's certainly an unorthodox Christmas song, but I don't think it's funky.
I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't say it's funky.
No,
it's got. I mean, certainly got a. It's got a beat.
Yes,
but not. I wouldn't say it's funky.
No,
not
that typical
not the way we're
early hip hop beat.
Yeah,
the same one that everybody was using.
Yeah. I mean, it's
we hadn't started sampling quite as heavily yet.
No, we did not, and then that's a shame. But I do think I've been looking around, and I'll keep looking, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm gonna be able to take care of at least. So if we have 9 rejoins that we need, that means we would just need 36 different funk Christmas songs. We can do that. We can definitely do that.
Okay.
Because I mean, like, there's some modern ones, like that the CeeLo song, "All I Need Is Love." That they did from the Muppets.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal song.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
And that's got elements of funk. That's not funky.
But see, elements of funk and funky are two different things. We're not doing elements of funk. It's not elements of funk Friday.
We need elements of funk. I'm afraid we're going to have to extend it a little bit. We're going to have to extend it to elements of funk.
Okay.
We're going to have some funkiness.
Then funky-ish, funky adjacent we can do.
Yeah, because I think
funky elements
funk
we can get.
Christmas may be trickier.
Okay.
We'll figure this out.
Okay.
And then of course we have the kind of the mix there where you get into some of our nasty Christmas too, which we're gonna have to do that too.
Oh yes.
So there's some crossover there.
I listened to Backdoor Santa the other night, man. Oh, it's great.
Phenomenal.
Santa Claus wants some loving.
Santa Claus wants some loving.
I told you, Mistletoe Jam, like, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. Getting it.
Yes.
That's where you are. So we talked yesterday to Jason March, the head coach of the Memphis Hustle, and thanks to us giving him that luck, they won.
Yeah,
they won last night.
Yeah, where was the luck coming from before last night? Though?
Probably just thinking about being.
Oh, okay, all right.
That gave him enough energy and excitement. They won their 10th to start the season, 10th straight game to start the season, 10-0. It's the best that has ever happened in the G or D leagues. No one's ever done it before. They set a record. And couple that with his 5-0 record for the Summer League back in 2015, and Jason March as a head coach is 15-0.
Okay. Time for him to get called up. Somewhere. Somebody could use a coach.
I don't know.
The Knicks, they're always bad. Whoa. I'm sure the Knicks could use a coach of that caliber.
I mean, if he keeps doing this kind of stuff, he is going to be in contention. He is going to be a guy that's going to be mentioned in that. I had Coach Thorpe from ESPN, David Thorpe, was in my Twitter mentions earlier this morning, talking about Jason March and about how he looks the part. He looks like he's doing the right things, that kind of stuff. So
I didn't know coaches look the part.
Yeah,
okay.
You could tell when a coach is when they're running good stuff and when they look. Teams look well organized. They're making good decisions, as far as rotations and stuff are concerned. Obviously, some of it is out of their hands. If you give the greatest coach of all time a terrible roster, there's only so much that person can do. But you can get a feel for the way they respond. He's gotten the most out of. I mean, to be fair, the Hustle's roster is quite good. And Josh Jackson, once again, he had 18 points in the first quarter of that game. He ended up with 30. 30.6 rebounds against Northern Arizona last night. Another big game from Dusty Hannas. Jared Udoff is having a great start and is probably on his way to a two-way or some kind of contract with somebody soon because he's really productive, good size, the whole thing. So he's got a great roster, but even with a great roster, it's still. There's been some potential distractions with the Josh Jackson stuff, everything else, and he's handled it really well. So kudos to Jason March coming back home to an area. He lives in Olive Branch anyway, so it's nice for him to be back in northern Mississippi, and he's taking full advantage of it. They look great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the kind of analysis I like right there from CJ. Zach, you want to add to that at all? I don't know if you can top what CJ just gave us on the
He
hustle.
can't.
But
He can't.
No.
there it is. Perfect. Yeah. No. Okay. All right. If you have insight like that, text in 67129 on the First Bank text line. First Bank text line. Texter says, Nico, Christmas Funky Land by Parliament. Said I have to redeem myself for screwing up my 80s trivia. Okay, there you go, Nico.
All right, Nico.
Appreciate that. Bootsy Collins' whole Christmas album.
I forgot about Bootsy's Christmas
That's a whole Christmas album.
I forgot. We might be able to make this work.
Oh, man. Bootsy is the epitome of funk.
Yes, he is.
It's a little dicey, though.
What you mean it's dicey?
I listened to one of his songs last week, and it was a little dicey. And I was going to play it.
You've ever heard Lil Dicey?
Lil Dicey?
Lil Dicey, good.
New in the rap game.
Lil Dicey.
New. Lil Dicey. Nothing like... That's like, what's my man's Casino Jizzle.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's unfortunate what happened to Casino Jizzle.
I went to the barbershop. Remind me to tell you off air about...
You heard some...
I got sources also about some of these things.
This is the kind of sources. Now, this is the kind of news that the news you can use. So you're saying Lil Dicey. Bootsy Collins was Lil Dicey?
What do you mean by Lil Dicey?
What do you mean by Lil Dicey?
Certain words.
Oh, okay. We can't find the edited version of the Bootsy Collins.
Not at all.
Santa? Like what? Reindeer?
Chimney?
Rudolph?
Frosty?
No.
Slaves?
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
Decking the halls?
Oh,
Is that what we're talking about?
I bet there's some hall decking and some Bootsy Collins.
I bet he's decking a lot.
Christmas songs. Okay.
Right. Santa Claus is coming to town?
Oh.
We should be terrified.
Or maybe not necessarily to town. I don't know.
That might be her name. You never know.
Little Dicey. My new Christmas album. Little Dicey in the house. Why is there a Little Dicey? There's got to be. That's a great name.
I've run out of room on the
I'm
board.
Little Dicey. Hey, I'm Little Dicey. All right, well, we're going to try to find the edited version of that.
Of the Bootsy Collins Christmas album.
Because now I really feel like we need to do it. Last night, Cowboys lose again. It's so good. So good to watch. We can't win football games, guys.
Do you feel, hey, Jerry, do you feel like y'all are regressing at all?
No, not at all. We're just losing. Not regressing. Can't regress past rock bottom. That's good news. They are so bad. How can one division be this bad?
It happens sometimes.
It's just stupid.
NFC South a couple years back, Cam got a division championship 7-8-1. The Seahawks, the Seahawks were and won the playoff game, if I'm not mistaken. The run, the Marshawn Lynch run of all runs, where he was just running through people's faces.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was
the earthquake run.
Yes, that 7-9 was Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, that year.
7-9 was Seattle.
It happened.
Blow those winter days. Very poetic of you, sir.
We see it happen in the NFL.
We do.
And we've seen it happen recently, in the NFL.
We do, but we don't typically see the division that's combined 15-33 at this point in the season. But that's what the NFC East happens to be at this point. 15-33 combined.
What was that losing streak that everybody was on?
Everybody's on a collective 14-game losing streak, except for Washington. Yeah, the Giants have lost 8 straight. Cowboys have lost 3 straight. The Eagles have lost 3 straight. So everyone else is on a combined 14-game losing streak, except for Washington, who somehow, inexplicably, has won 2 in a row against all odds.
Peaking at the right time, Peter.
I mean, again, I will say, I said it earlier in the show, I'm going to say it again. If Washington wins this division, every single person who is employed by any of these teams in any capacity should all be fired. All of them. Anybody. Business. The media side. Broadcasting. Charity work. I don't care. All of them should be fired. That would be the biggest indictment on all of those organizations that you could ever imagine.
And I hope this happens. Man, Washington's schedule sets up nicely for this to happen. Green Bay, and then they go Philly, Giants, Cowboys. And if Dwayne Haskins wins in Dallas, is it in Dallas? I think it's in Dallas in the year. If he wins there, all types of selfies are going to be taken. He's not going to be able to go out there for whole drives because he's going to be too busy taking selfies. And I'm here for this. This is going to be good.
Just, I just can't. It's just hard to imagine. It just really is. It's hard to imagine.
Still in it at 3-9.
A big night for Anthony Miller.
Yeah,
who was come on over the last few weeks. Started to put it together. Mitch Trubisky looked like a maybe not superstar, but he looked good. He looked better than Dak.
3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Through there and 1 rushing.
Yeah,
that is superstar-esque.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's not bad. He was. He had 63 yards on the ground to go along with his 244.
Mm-hmm.
Dak, who some people think of as a guy that can rush it a little bit. Well, he only had 1 yard, one yard on the carry. He's not that guy, and he's not a particularly accurate passer either. 27 of 49.
Again, his hand shade has a lot to do with it.
But the underside of the hand though is
the top part though, because you grip the football with the fingers, and so all you see is just brown. You don't know which is fingers and which is football.
So what happens when Dwayne Haskins goes at it though?
It's the same issue. That's why he's not a remarkably accurate passer either. But
he's a bit darker though.
He is a bit darker,
which is even more of a problem. But maybe if you get too far on the other side, then there's a contrast. See, you got to find that.
I don't know, because Lamar Jackson is pretty damn dark also.
He is.
And we can't see the football because of his skin tone.
That's true.
And Dwayne Haskins, Lamar Jackson, similar shades. So hopefully, that is Washington on the road in Dallas with the road unis, those darkish red, burnt
garnet,
red.
I believe they call it.
Garnet, okay. With Dwayne Haskins' skin tone, make it impossible to see the football on those play fakes, man.
Boy, that's a great point.
Yeah.
This is a really good opportunity.
Notice how Washington started winning games when they put in the darker skinned quarterback. I'm not saying that proves a point. I'm just saying.
I mean, you obviously you can't argue the logic.
No.
It's definitely true, and not at all silly to think about that.
No, not at all.
That's the kind of analysis that we're going to give here on the program. I think that they again, just it would be better for them probably. I feel like they need to run that run pass stuff a little more because I think that's the key. Because obviously they can't see the football based on his skin color. So if you have a mesh situation, then it really makes it tricky to see the football.
Yes,
I'm sure that's been one of those things that they've talked about probably in the pregame.
Obviously, pregame meetings on Mondays like that. That's what they're discussing.
Everyone knows. I mean, anybody that's ever played football knows that it's very difficult to see the football on the skin tone of a black player. You can't see it. It just blends in like a chameleon.
Conversely, little known fact, but part of the reason Eli Manning was able to evade that sack in the Super Bowl was because you couldn't see him because of the white jersey.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that too. Which is, again, we talked about this with baseball. That's why baseball is such a challenge for some of these hitters out there. When the pitcher, if he's white, it just blends right into the skin and you can't even tell he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this stuff. I mean, this is analysis. I mean, I feel like my pregame chats with Tim Ryan have really helped me learn about football. A great
the homie Tim Ryan
about more about football than ever. So yeah, and Gabe's probably in agreement on all this. I haven't asked him.
Christian McCaffrey
he's probably in agreement on all this. I would imagine.
Christian McCaffrey isn't elusive. He's just pasty white. So when he wears the white uniforms, you don't see him.
Exactly. He blends in.
Yes, all you see is
like
a football.
Magic trick. Like
all you see is a football going down the field, and you're like, "Whoa, wait a second! What is happening here?
Where'd he go?
Yeah,
which way did he go?
Yeah.
It's too late.
He's gone.
Sneaky, so sneaky.
He is a true sneaky athlete.
He is the sneakiest of all the athletes. His athleticism is so sneaky. Don't tell me. I'm sorry, but I'm so staggered by how dumb that comment was earlier in the week. We can't let it go. I just can't.
We're never letting that go.
I can't let it go. It's
We're
so
not.
dumb.
That's up there with sneaky athlete, man. We are keeping this thing going.
It's just beyond belief that someone could do that. I'm staggered. I I can't deal with it. So in any event, dear God, somebody in the NFC East do something that's halfway decent.
It's going to be Washington.
Quit embarrassing yourselves. It could be. If Washington goes into Green Bay and wins this week, then officially it's going to happen. We're going to win the division, and it's going to be one of the great comeback stories and the dumbest comeback story in the history of sports. But yes, it's
it is definitely going to be the dumbest.
If that happens this week, then okay, you can sign me up at that point. Otherwise, no, it's not going to happen at all. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up this edition of The Experience. Peter and CJ with you, along with our good pal, Zach, over there, doing a great rendition. Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The tea tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
It's that time of year. Come join us at Family Leisure, 2120 Winton Road, Thursday, December 12th, all day, 7 to 6. We're raising money and, most importantly, bringing toys for Mid-South Toys for Tots. Help the boys and girls of the Mid-South have a happy holiday. You can do it. Bring those new unwrapped toys, checks, cash. Family Leisure, 2120 Winton Road, Thursday, December 12th, 7 to 6. Sponsored by Envy Nail Bar, Gateway Tire, David C. Nanny CPA in Hempville, South Haven, and Oxford.
How would you like a chance to win house payments for a year? Go to Sports 56 WHBQ and enter to win in our Home for the Holidays contest. You could win mortgage or rent payments for a full year. That's right, get your home paid for an entire year. It's free to enter, so go to sports56whbq.com today. Enter now because it ends December 20th. It's the ultimate home court advantage. Home for the Holidays from Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
You place the game.
What? Is it Sly and the Family Stone? Like,
who is this, Zach?
Binky Grip Ty? I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Spell the last name for me.
Binky Grip Tight? Is that a
spell? It can't be.
That can't be right.
It can't be. Spell the last name.
That can't be the right thing. Now
Zach,
your mic is off.
Now your mic is
You're
off.
really
On.
struggling over here, buddy.
Zach, what has happened? What is going on in the last two segments?
I'm ready for the weekend,
We have
man.
lost Zach. Zach, are you?
I'm ready for the weekend.
We know it, but we still got like 5 minutes, man.
Wow. Okay.
Spell the last name.
Griptite.
Grip tight. That's
It's grip tight.
Yeah. Binky grip tight.
I wonder what other songs Binky Grip Tight has.
Binky grip tight.
All right.
Fair enough. Binky grip tight it is, ladies and gentlemen. I've no idea who that is, but that's wonderful.
Learning something today.
All right. Texter 67129 says Ole Miss Spirit, our good friend Chuck Rounsville and all those guys, just posted that Norvell's very much in play for Ole Miss. Thoughts? ? Well, again, I told you my sourcing is impeccable in this. My friend's friend, friend's friend, who is, as I mentioned, very connected down in the legal community in Tallahassee. They've been doing, apparently they hear tell of some work being done on these contracts, and that's going to be happening down at Florida State for Mike Norvell. That's what
he caught that one.
Nailed it. So that I mean, the sourcing on this is spot on. It's impeccable. Anytime you can get a third hand friend who then has a friend who is the one who's that's the kind of rock solid connections that you need to make right there. So that would be my thoughts on that, is that you're calling that particular person, who I definitely do not know in any way, shape, or form, a liar.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't.
I don't know that. It would at this point surprise me, I guess. But would the Florida State job is massively superior to the Ole Miss job, right?
Yes. Yeah, because in that conference, first off, Florida State has had national championship level success consistently, and it's built for that sort of run. And in that conference, with it being down, you just have to get by Clemson. And that's it. Whereas with Ole Miss in that job, Alabama, we talk about it all the time, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, A&M is going to spend a bunch of money. And so it is a steep climb uphill. Doesn't mean you can't be successful. We saw Hugh Freeze go in there and be successful. But it is a much harder job. And I think if you're a Memphis fan, you can it's easier for you to swallow the pill of Florida State. That Ole Miss pill or that Arkansas pill is going to be a lot harder because you already have that chip on your shoulder. It would just be a reminder to you that, hey, as good as our program is and we've got things rolling, hell, we beat Ole Miss on the football field this season. We still just don't have the money that they have because they're in one of these power conferences to do things like keep our head coach or even compete nationally for a championship. It would just serve as that reminder to fans.
Yeah, I think it's so. What are the odds then in your mind?
Oh, here we go.
This is the truest form of speculation. What's the percentage
of?
Are we doing every other word? Okay. What's
the
percentage
of
the
coach,
like Norvell,
staying
here?
I'd.
Oh wait,
I just answered.
That was good. That was good.
Staying here, I'd say 18.5.
18.5%.
18.5. He stays. Yes.
Stay beyond this weekend.
Yes. Like stay for next season. Yeah.
So that would be, do the math. 81.5% chance that he. Zach, you got any? You want to throw out a reckless percentage on this?
I give it 10%.
Which side? 10%.
That he stays.
I say 0% because, as I've said, a friend of a friend of a friend who's a lawyer. It's has already said that it's a done deal. So I can't. I have to say 0% based on.
Either way, Norvell is securing the bag. That's the important thing.
Certainly for him.
Yes.
That's a good thing. But, he's doing okay right now. He's making, 2.6. So
you can always have more.
That's a decent little sack for Santa's toys and all that to go in. You know what I mean? Deck your halls this weekend with boughs of holly or boughs of something. Everybody have a jingle jangle weekend. What? I don't know. Coming up next is Middays. All right, bye.
When you're in need of quality jeans, shirts, and boots, think Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch. Frontier has thousands of square feet of merchandising at everyday low prices. Tons of jeans by Carhartt, Wrangler, and Ariat. Whether you're after classic denim jeans, dungarees, or work pants, you'll find them among Frontier's amazing selection of stylish modern fits. Flame-retardant jeans and shirts now available as well. Colder weather is on the way, and Frontier is prepared with overalls, coats, and fleece jackets. Women's Sherpa jackets by Simply Southern starting just $29.99. Don't forget the boots. Frontier boasts dozens and dozens of styles of boots, work, dress, or play. Come try on the latest boot trends as well as proven classics, Ariat, Durango, Dan Post, and many, many more. You are guaranteed to find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why.